is going to be happening in this one. We saw Heroic in the previous series completely outplay their opponents, but that was pretty much decided in the first 2 minutes of both games because there were massive mistakes from Fusion when they even walked towards the lanes. Don't really think that Beastcoast is going to make the same oopsie daisy this time.
No, Beastcoast has been really good in lanes. I think both of these teams are very good laning stage wise, but yeah, to see some cheeky all chat here. Looks like Beastcoast said one more time, so just alluding to the fact that they played before. And Parker said that what's gonna happen if history repeats itself? We don't know. Well, I know if history repeats itself, they're gonna be not playing Bangkok. So I think that's not what they want on Heroic.
Okay, at least it's all in. I wish there's a Google Translate function in Dota. Just honestly, that would be so useful if they built an built-in translation in Dota, so that I can understand people in my pubs.
Kind of crazy that Valve didn't do that, right? Because it doesn't. They have this like auto chat voice detection thing that can detect if you said "s" and then it's gonna report you. I would assume they could be able to translate. Maybe they're afraid that some stuff would be lost in translation, but I still feel like it's better than nothing.
Yeah, I think in general most like Discord also should have that built in. It's just so much easier. It's not the hardest tool, I would think, to implement, and everyone would be a lot happier.
Yeah,
At least I would be. Then I know how my teammates are swearing at me in Brazilian, in Portuguese, in Russian, and in Spanish, because we also we have every single freaking country. There's even Chinese that sometimes are like swearing to me. I don't know how, where, when, but they're there.
Yeah, well, everyone wants a piece of your beautiful server. Oh, King Jungles, they want a piece of this guy, and I think he's just dead.
It's
Oh, he has the crypt to share the battery assault damage.
Body blocks need to be perfect. He is surviving quite nicely, and the dive might be painful. They are going really deep for the dive here.
Oh no.
What? Okay, they don't actually die. I'm surprised he didn't throw the blood grenade on. Wait, they did.
King Jungle threw the blood grenade, but in the wrong target. He actually threw it on the bed instead of the clock.
Oh.
Yeah, he was in the fog, and he thought he was going to run left. He ran right. That could actually have been a kill for Heroic, but still a win for Heroic because this Batrider TPs to the top lane with some lost. I mean, already used his tangos, already used some mana. Definitely not great.
Not a bad start, at the very least here. To be fair, both sides, of course, got a little bit butchered, but I guess Beastcoast a little bit more harassed in that scenario. And top side, Schofield versus Moose, making sure the Creepstone spawns. Schofield, he does have the Fairy Fire as well as Moose, who is going to be a little bit more careful, because otherwise Schofield's going to take him down.
Yeah. One blood grenade and a stun could be enough there.
Yeah, he wants to get rid of the sentry ward. Schofield knows that there is vision nearby, so he needs to clear out the enemy sentry. Actually, the creeps are going to get pulled by Schofield, which he made a little bit of a mistake there.
Yeah, now he... this is not worth it, I think. Definitely not worth it.
And he's going to get pushed back, and now Schofield is dead. And... or is he? Breathe Fire... Fairy Fire used, stays alive for now. Moose is just going to chase him down. But now Schofield has the sun available. And we'll get the sun off. Was considering denying himself. And the neutrals do get the kill.
Beautiful. Schofield Dota right there. Felt like a mistake, but still was able to find a way out of it.
And that was a very brutal battle between supports that really did not, like, That was something on the screen to watch, pretty much.
Right, that's all we are wishing for here. Something on
Cinema,
the screen
baby.
to watch. Oh yeah. So mid lane, slight edge here to the Invoker. Actually 49 on Lumpy. Very significant. But
Difference
yeah.
in Illich and Parker, though, currently. A little bit of a difference in terms of farm.
Yeah, I mean, Brood's just a weak laner. Hero can be, used to be a strong laner, let's say, but not nearly as strong as he used to. But at the end of the day, I think this is all about the necrotic webs, right? Even if you don't have that good of a game, it means that the Hand of God is not going to be as good. It means that the Morphling will maybe need more points of attribute shift. He's going to be just weaker in general.
And on the other end, the Timbersaw of Davai Lama, there's not really much that they can do to interrupt him in his harassment / farm shenanigans. Because, yeah, DK doesn't do anything against him. Batrider could, but Batrider's still level 1.
Yeah, a lot of the Batriders we've seen were very, very underleveled. Just doing shenanigans with waves and chasing supports. Oh, Parker taking some damage bottom. Gotta be careful about those necrotic webs.
Yeah, the healing reduction. It's, how much is it? 20% enemy regen reduction. Goes to a max of 30.
Yeah,
That's
and he
actually
could buy a
quite
corrosion
high.
as well. So
But currently, no real winners or losers in the laning stage just yet.
yeah, about 4 minutes in. The Brood might be a slight loser, but I think they just pick it for the necrotic webs, not necessarily because they think it was supposed to win the lane, especially against a Chen on top of it. So yeah, it's gonna be recovery mode here for Illich. This might actually be just an aura Brood, right? Because I think if you want to play carry, you get the other facet.
Yeah, but I mean, I probably still expect the Orchid. The other facets obviously better with like the Bloodthorn, but this game, the healing regen reduction, health regen reduction is just too good against the Morphling, against the Timbersaw as well, the Chen.
Bro.
It just brings. It's like when you had offlane DKs, and then they went for the Frost Dragon facet just to deal with the Morph.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's really good. It's not the one that you want to get, the facet, but it's just really good for the specific scenario, and this is one of them.
Analog still struggling a little bit here against Invoker. 99 is definitely not ideal. Invoker will get level 6 before the puck, which doesn't matter. Invoker 6 is pretty much doesn't really count for anything. But it does mean that his TP rotations are pretty strong at the moment, in case there's some aggression in the side lanes, which I think they will. With nighttime comes those twin gate rotations.
Dive deep, Defy takes a lot of damage topside, will be just fine. Puck also did just TP back to mid, so he can't help the side lanes if they go for a fight, which is very important if they want to get aggressive here on Beastcoast side.
Yeah, they're gonna scan the left side rune here. The Batrider is going that way. And I don't think Heroic's gonna be able to get this rune.
It will be a amplified damage for the bat. Sure. He's not going to do anything with it. He's still only level 2. God, he's going to really need to make sure that they secure the experience rune.
Yeah, I wonder if King Jungle's gonna try and steal it. Sure, there's a Clockwork on the enemy side, but if you bring enough creeps, maybe you can just tank the damage of the Battery Assault, tank the stun, and you still able to pick it up.
Maybe even send out a creep to try and deny it. Could be a good tool. Which he does have a Satyr Mind Stealer on the side. Just doing a little bit of mana draining.
Yeah, he's gonna send it. And the clock's pretty far away.
He just took over a new creep.
Oh no.
So he can't actually deny it.
That's definitely not worth it. That is definitely not worth it. That deny would have meant so much. I guess Elmisha did TP, so maybe
yeah, but he
wouldn't
was
be able...
there a half a second later, so he would have actually been able to get the Nanai in before he would have reached it.
Yeah, that feels bad.
Oh, but there is Lumpy invised up, heading bottom. Yeah, they know he's coming. He just walked over a range creep, so they see the debuff. And there's the Puck TP coming in. They drop the sentry. Even Defy Llama TP's in. They know exactly what's coming here. And
I mean,
Lumpy's
really
just
good
gonna
move
walk it back.
from Beastcoast. They posture, they force this Puck TP, and now it doesn't mean anything. So, overall, a little bit of an L here for Heroic. Unless they can find something with this smoke, which they will try, but Rune will be picked up by Beastcoast more likely. They're too far away.
Yeah, Beastcoast, 1k net with lead as well. There's the illusion room picked up, and the smoke is broken as well. So they gain nothing for those TPs. Yes, Lumpy missed a couple of creeps in mid, but in the meantime, Moose took over that farm and got some solid experience in gold that will help him be able to get his level 6 as soon as possible. Moose, though, now going to get jumped, taking a lot of damage. There's going to be the EMP. Davai Lama's damage is huge. Schofield being chased, but Lumpy is now the one in trouble. Analog has the Dream Coil available. Lumpy is in a lot of trouble. And his invis is going to take 3, 2, 1, but then the silence comes out. And they will clean him up. A 4-man rotation to secure the kill, but they do manage to take down Lumpy and Moose.
Beautiful. They were trying really hard to scout the stacks, which, by the way, are going to be increased here by Schofield. But, yeah, the Batrider a little bit out of position, underestimating the speed that Heroic has, which that's definitely their advantage. Only the Brood is really fast to connect to those fights, whereas literally every hero has a mobility spell on the side of Heroic. So they are quite fast to connect to everyone else.
Yeah, they're pretty good in that regard. Stay bottom. He's like, I know where you are, don't worry. Also, Illich has queued up that he wants the cornucopia, so is he also going to go for the Orchid? Because Lumpy is building one himself. They just might just get like triple Orchid this game with their specific heroes.
I mean, it's a great Orchid game. Kind of stops the Hand of God. The Timbersaw doesn't like going Yield Scepter. Puck is really, I mean, Puck and Morph are the only ones that are, that kind of are fine with building the Dispel. Timber might just need to get a BKB. We'll see. Rune. Ooh. Juicy one.
That's a nice one. Yeah, Arcane Rune's always a big plus for a Puck. DK armlets now ready to be delivered. Pike wants to go for the Blink Dagger next, so no like heavy damage farming safe laner, but more impactful.
I mean, we talked about it. Pike does not care about farm if he can accomplish something bigger with his item build, and that is really the difference, I think, between him and Parker and a lot of the SA carries. We'll see if it's gonna pan out. In general, it has been very good for Beastcoast, the way that he actually gives a little bit of love to Lumpy so that he can also scale. They are very good at sharing the pie.
Yeah, because in the end, if you win, that's all that matters. Like,
Well,
yeah, oh my god, they got last place, but did you see his farm? It means nothing.
well, it depends on who you ask, but I agree.
That
As
is true.
Parker
Top
gets
lane,
stunned.
Parker. Yeah, there is Lumpy as well. Tornado, EMP, tried to drain his mana, gets the push back. Drained all of his mana, but will be able to stay alive because it is a Morphling and he doesn't really care.
Really fast reflexes. He instantly gets the attribute shift there, so no way Beastcoast could get that kill. Surprised that they tried to even go for that. Kind of a low percentage play, but I guess Timber is probably the only easy core to kill, but when you look at the Vi, he is farming the safest place in the map. He's actually going back to base now with a full Kaya ready, so I think that's time for Heroic to take a fight.
Also, one thing that shows, Analog knows what they're building. The Orchid already being built up on the Broodmother's pretty close. Voker's going to do the same soon enough. He's going Yule Scepter first item on Analog.
Yeah, he was going for the Witchblade, but gives up midway. Has the Robe of the Magi, but can easily just get it later.
Yeah, Devi Lama is also going for Lotus. A way to... Oh, big stacks to be cleaned up for the Radiant side in their triangle. Lots of money. And that is going to still not give them the net worth lead. They're still 1k behind.
Yeah, that brood is really fat. In fact, is that the full orchid?
Yeah.
It might be a full orchid.
The full orchid being delivered right now. That means it's a little bit early, and the puck doesn't have his Yules. Needs to be very careful of his positioning. Lumpy still has quite a bit to go.
Yeah, they are smoked. They want to debut this one. Analog, though. Safe position. They even have a scan. They know exactly what's happening.
Yeah, looking for the catch. Lumpy walking past the tower. Can they get anything? Hook shot in onto King Jungles. Hand of God used. Dream Coil. But they break the Dream Coil while Lasso dragging him back. King Jungle's going to stay alive. Devi Lama going in right now, and Lumpy should be able... Oh no, Adaptive Strike on the side from Parker, who TP'd the other direction. Lumpy is invised up. They don't have detection in that area, so he's just going to walk his way out of there unless they get a lucky guess.
Alright, Beastcoast jumped the gun a little bit. Some miscommunication with the spell usage, but only losing the clock still feels fine. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter that much. You force everyone from Heroic back. Pake still farming. In fact, he has his Blink Dagger flying to him. So all of these aggressive timings are connecting to Beastcoast. Heroic, they're going to have to be spotless if they're positioning around the map.
And
Usurper is done on Analog, but he actually gets found before he finishes it.
Oh, the Orchid does connect,
and
they will... Nope, he is dead. Nice EMP hitting him, and that is with the Alacrity buff as well, giving it to multiple targets this game, because you have Illich, of course, but you also have the DK later on. And they'll be able to get a kill onto the puck, plus the tier 1 tower mid. 2k net worth lead on their side. They have the 2 top net worths. The Orchid at the ready. DK's got the blink. Game's getting a little bit scarier for Heroic. Even though the earlier fights for Beastcoast were a little bit all over the place, they have the stronger, scarier tools.
Yeah, they do. And, I mean, Beastcoast, they're literally doing what they did in every game that we watch. Just, they hit those very early timings, and they ruthlessly jump towards you. So, Heroic, you need to be ready. And the thing is, this Timbersaw, is he tanky enough to withstand, like, Orchid plus Lasso? Probably not, unless Hand of God is ready.
Misses, but
and it's not.
They definitely don't need the Lasso or the hookshot there. DK stun into Orchid is already enough to get the kill secured. And yeah, look at this. Pike, he's queued up the BKB, and then afterwards Orchid, because why not? Let's all get Orchids. Mass silences in the team fights are going to be really annoying to deal with.
Dude, this is a tier 2 falling. Those necrotic webs making the Timbersaw just a little bit weaker as well. Coil in the mid lane. Only El Misho.
Moose is just walking forward. El Misho is going to get taken down. DK Sun, Orchid onto Puck. He has the Yules. But we'll be able to get away with the Timbersaw charging in. It's getting too scary, too hot for Beastcoast. They're just going to back off for now. There's still the Lasso on Moose, so you can't overzealously move forward.
Yeah, biggest problem this game is that when Coil's on cooldown, their only stun is this Lion, and he's food, man. There's so many gap closers with stuns and silences. This is not going to be a fun game for Schofield. He already has 2 deaths, and it's kind of impressive that there's only 2. I guess it's mostly because there haven't really been kills this game, but Beastcoast, they are locked in. This game is going to be much more aggressive from now on.
I love the fact that Beastcoast are... they're playing very aggressive and making it hard for Heroic to farm. Even like the Timbersaw, Devi Lama has been playing the safest farms he could possibly get, and that might even still cost him because they have an Observer Ward. They see him nearby. Unfortunately, Moose is a little bit too far away. Doesn't have the Blink Dagger yet to chase after Devi.
Yeah, he's trying to finish that Lotus Orb, but it's an expensive item, and they're paying the price with their tower. Second tier 2 to fall here. No response from Heroic. They're not ready. Parker doesn't even have his Manta. He's actually very far behind. Ended up buying this Dragon Lance to be tankier. But okay, Analog will show.
Yeah, Lumpy is currently all the way in mid. And he's just, he's nowhere near his team, and still there's too much threat. 4K net worth lead. There's 7 kills in 17 minutes, and still, like, it's on the edge with how threatening this is. Divine Llama is going to get silenced up. Hand of God, can they keep him alive? Dream Call in response. There is going to be Orchid number 2 to be used, but Lumpy is the one in troubles. Gets dusted, gets taken down. They buy back onto Schofield, and Pike's Elder Dragon form has actually ended. Parker going in. There is still the lasso from Moose, making sure that they try to keep Pike out of there, but the finger from the side, Schofield gets the kill. They get the Hex in onto the Broodmother as well. He can still walk over the trees, as he does have that unobstructed pathing, but is going to get chased down further, and Analog takes down Illich.
Insane response from Heroic. They were able to use that Hand of God, only level 1, but the Timbersaw surprisingly tanky there. I didn't think he was going to be able to withstand that much damage, but it was mostly because the Dragonite didn't connect instantly with the rest of the team. And yeah, Heroic, they send everyone. Really good fight by them. And no, that's a fight where the big jungle is full of dire wards, and even still they lost. Kind of surprising.
The Timbersaw is not the easiest target to kill. Actually, it's a terribly hard target to kill now that his Loadstorm is getting closer and closer. It becomes even more problematic, because that is a way to get at least rid of the Orchid or Spell Reflect. An Orchid, a DK stun, a Lasso. So they will have start to build some tools on the Radiant side to try and counteract this pesky Orchid lineup.
It's going to be a really clutch item. Is 500 gold away, so next fight they're definitely gonna have it. With that said, DK Pike will finish his BKB. I wonder how useful the BKB is, to be honest. At least in that fight, it felt like they were actually lacking a little bit of damage. The Brood does have a Phylactery now, so some of the damage will be coming from him. Invoker does have the second Orchid, as you said, with the BKB on the way.
The big problem in that fight was like DK's Elder Dragon form was about to end when the fight started, so he just really couldn't get any right clicks in, and then you are definitely going to be lacking damage.
That's on Beastcoast then, right? Taking that fight with Dragon form on cooldown. Not the best move as they are smoking, but Illich is aware.
Moose has the Blink Dagger available right now. Nice silence there to make sure no Blink Chase will come through. But that, you know, that's the thing so far. It feels like Beastcoast has been playing the better, like, field game. And then when it comes to actual engagements, they've been dropping the ball like 3 times in a row.
True. And they're supposed to have a better team fight, at least when it comes to the speak-offs. The Lion doesn't really have any initiation. They have those 2 Orchids, the stun. They're just not really finding heroes. Or good heroes. The Timbersaw definitely tanky, and now Lotus Orb connected. This is not going to be easy, but that's a tier 2 that Illich gets at least. Map control, definitely. I mean, there's every tier 1 up for Beastcoast right now. Kind of crazy.
Yeah, they can keep it all pushed forward. You know, you got the Foker with his little Forge Spirits coming in. Then you have the Brood Spiders. Bat Rider is pretty good at cutting creep waves. They're playing very far forward on these supports as well. Moose has been playing bottom a lot. The El Micho Clockwork has been walking around the Radiance farm areas without any harm.
Speaking of Clock, he almost dies to the Tormentor, but is gifted a shard in return.
And same goes for Schofield, so he gets the little BKB, magic debuff immune, magic resistance.
That's actually really clutch. That can change this game. If he doesn't get instantly silenced and just gets to stand his ground with the mana drain, this could be huge in the next fights.
Well, they are backing off. No, there's no real aggression coming in. Kanda is almost done on the Broodmother. So, Illich, Orchid Kanda build. It's definitely not no auras this time around.
True, very aggressive. And I mean, they're all going to scale, which, you know, I kind of don't disagree with Beastcoast taking the foot off the pedal a little bit right now. they have the better scaling. I don't think, like, they already got a lot of map control. Only one tier 2 remains for Heroic, whereas they have all tier 1s up. I think their plan right now is just to farm BKBs, finish the one on Invoker, finish the one on the Brood even, and that's when you Roshan, you win this game. I think they have literally no rush to win this game. They already got all the advantage they need.
Yeah, they're looking pretty A-okay. Yeah, they lose a Clockwork here or there, but that doesn't really hurt you too much. It was a finger kill, so that will stack up. Third finger kill already for Schofield this game, which is pretty nuts considering they have 8 kills in total.
Literally a part of 75% of those kills. As Parker is actually super close to his BKB. He was kind of struggling, but Manta already done. BKB on the way. I wonder if Lincoln's is on his plate or is he just gonna go for more damage.
I mean, it feels like he's got a BKB is obviously a great one. They will have Lasso and Clockwork Hook shot regardless, but it's just too much value to not get a BKB.
Oh yeah,
Against the Orchids, DK stun,
I think he can go like
has.
Shard instead of the Lincolns and get a damage item, or you can go Lincolns and like make sure you never die. I do feel like he needs damage though. Heroic's lineup will struggle with damage for a while, I think.
Yeah, until the puck scales to that point. He's getting pretty farmed though on Analog as well. He's got the Yule Scepter, Witchblade, Blink. Next item's going to be the Shard. And at that point, it's going to be a couple of damage items being added in the mix.
Meteor 1 taking heavy damage here from the Morph Illusions. Parker is... he's not alone, but his team is not fully connected just yet. They're finally here, so they will be able to get this tower.
They're going to jump in onto Illich. The Broodmother's on the run, breaks the coil. Turn onto Schofield. Is he going to die to the DK? Hand of God keeps him alive. Lasso drag onto King Jungles. Sunstrike's not going to connect onto Schofield, and now Moose needs to quickly dip out, but he's just going to get jumped and taken down. You know what's interesting to see? Illich doesn't have a single point in Insatiable Hunger.
Oh, what?
He went in all attributes.
I mean, attributes are fine, but 40% base attack damage? Like, what? That's... I guess he wants to counter damage? I don't know. This is weird. You still benefit from insatiable, like from Kanda Insatiable Hunger, though. There's very
this is very interesting indeed. Parker TPing out after getting jumped in the bottom lane. BKB TP gets himself out to safety. I'm really curious about this build. I'm actually going to check quickly on Dota2 Pro Tracker if it exists. Oh. They're going to spot out Analog. Yule Scepter keeps him alive. And Illich is going to be the target. He doesn't have BKB. Divine Llama's damage is pretty substantial. They get one kill.
Oh, the Earth Spike.
Pike gets hit by the Earth Spike. And now Lumpy with the BKB TP. Pike, can he get himself out of there? The chase from Divine Llama is pretty deep. Blink is gonna get tapped away. He doesn't have the mana for BKB. They're gonna lose Pike. And Divine Llama with a double kill right there. They keep tipping Illich for some reason. And they're gonna go for the tier 2 tower mid.
I mean, Heroic is just playing this team fight so well. They're always wrapping around. They're going for these non-obvious pathings to initiate the fight. And I think, like, I don't know what the problem for Beastcoast is that they took too long to get those kills. So now, like, you're going for this puck, but he has Yule Scepter, so you're not gonna kill him. You can't really kill anyone anymore now that the Lotus Orb is completed on that Llama as well. Can't really kill any of the cores. So when Beastcoast just show up like that, they're putting themselves in a really bad position. And this is gonna be Roche now for Heroic.
I just checked, and it's actually the build.
That
just
is...
skip Insatiable Hunger and put everything in stats. That's weird. I don't like that.
That is really weird. Like how?
I mean,
like even 1 point. Even 1 point.
Yeah, just 1 value point is enough. I think it's a really good spell. I mean, I know with the other facet, it's just way better.
Yeah,
But
still pretty good. Still have a
Moose
shard
taken
at some
down.
point.
Misho trying to disengage. And Dreamcoil actually misses onto El Misho, so he won't be getting taken down this time around. But now it's Beastcoast that is really lacking the damage against the Glimmer Cape, Solar Crest Chen with the Guardian Hand of God. It's like he's been saving a lot of people on the Chen this game.
I feel like they need to start playing for the late game on Beastcoast. They need to make use of the fact they have the scaling cores. Maybe learn a couple of insatiable hunger points in the Brood Mama. And make sure that Pyke also becomes a threat. Because in open field fights, it feels like Beastcoast just has no chance taking them, right? Because they have a lot of pickoff, but they don't have control. Like, the team fight itself of Beastcoast is actually pretty mediocre. They have a lot of pickoff, which they used okay-ish in the beginning of the game. I mean, I say okay-ish, they have 4
Not
kills.
really.
Like, they got the towers, right? Heroic didn't feed kills, but they had to just move out of the way. But I think that was kind of the problem. Heroic was very smart in not defending some of those towers until they got their timings, and it's now on Beastcoast to maybe split push. Pyke is still bottom.
Yeah, another fight coming in. Okay, there's a kill onto Moose. That without the Bat Rider, micro pushing is a lot safer.
Oh.
They have the Aegis as well. Loadstorm. Kaya Sanch done on Timbersaw, so he is very tanky, 2800 HP. They're trying to pop the Morphling, and with the counter they do.
That's that support though. They have buybacks.
Just gonna try and spam as much with the spawn spiderlings to harass. Battle flag doesn't really do too much. And they keep the melee racks, and because they hit the melee racks the entire time, it does have a point in it can regen. But are they gonna continue for this is the question.
So far they will not. Sunstrike off the mark. Puck. Oh, the little Skelly boys!
Skelly powered. KJ is playing so well. He hasn't died a single time on the Chen this game. His farm is really outstanding. I've seen him save multiple people with the Glimmer and the Solar Crest.
Yeah, he has played really well, and he doesn't even have that much gold. Like there was a significant part of this game where the Clockwork was ahead of him. He didn't even have a Phylactery. Just really good Hand of Gods, really good wave pressure. The laning stage was pretty decent. And I mean, we talked about it in the draft, this Shen hero, just letting it through. I feel like Beastcoast made a mistake just picking that clock. I don't think it's good enough to justify giving away the Chen.
Yeah, I would agree. I think the Chen is just doing too much. For both these teams, Moose plays it very well as well. And honestly, it just kind of gives them free lanes every single time.
Yeah.
Now Illich. I also don't really know what he does. Like, he's got the Orchid and Kanda, and that's like, I need to kill someone in one spawn spiderlings, and that's about it. Like, if that doesn't happen, what do? You can't right click. He doesn't have BKB yet. You don't have any lifesteal for some reason.
Yeah, it's a really tough one. The next timing here for Beastcoast is probably going to be the fight for the second Roshan. As I say that though, Heroic, they are ready to start pushing the bottom side, and Beastcoast forced to probably get out of the map. They're going to have to attend these Skelly boys with Morphling. They have Rally, they have Vladimir Zora, they have Solar Crest.
Yeah, ready to continue the push. And with the fortification now used, there's nothing really for them to fear. The lasso is
on the Dragonite.
available.
They're gonna smoke.
Get the catch.
Daedalus time.
It's kind of starting to get do or die. 12k net with lead here. Schofield on the side. Sunstrike is not going to be able to connect. Moose is trying to chase. Can he find any targets here that's just going to fall back? They lose the tier 3 tower, gain nothing out of it in response.
Okay.
They're just getting pressured all the way back towards base.
Yeah, they cannot leave the base. Every time they do, the threat of this Chen plus Morphling is gonna be there. All of these creeps, all of these auras. This is not ideal. This Brood. I mean, he has 1 point of insatiable hunger. Finally, that's something.
Yeah. Now Morphling has a better target to take over, I guess.
Oh, maybe is that why?
It probably... I mean, it's actually the build on Brood Mothers. Like, that's the weird thing. I was checking online, and the build is actually skip Insatiable Hunger. So I think it might be just...
I mean, it's not always. Like, Palantimos gets it, for instance.
Yeah. Not always,
think
but I've seen a multitude of, like, people skip it.
And
least-
to be completely honest, they picked Brood into the Morphling, right?
Yeah, they did pick the Brood into the Morphling specifically.
Right.
Which would be weird if you... It's like when, you know, Shaker was a thing, where
Yeah.
Morphling had the Ags, and then you turn into Shaker, and then you never level Enchant Totem.
Yeah, like, it's
pick it
weird
into.
because the Shaker counters Morphling before there was no shard, right? You could blow up the Morphling, but if he becomes you, then he just wins the game.
Yeah. That one was kind of really dumb. Like, insanely dumb. Because then you just, like, Enchant Totem, wait for him through the enemy team, and they're all dead.
Oh boy.
Village, trying to keep them off of the base. They're smoked up, all nearby. It's such a scary situation. Broodmother's gonna go for the Scythe of Vice next. Moves. Lasso drag onto the Lion. They quickly take him down. And that is actually a pretty substantial pick, because that's a lot of their... That's almost all of the control they have.
Yeah.
Like, they got Dream Coil, and that's the only other thing that they can use. Speaking of which, Dream Coil does get used on the side. Analog taking a lot of damage there. Needs to get himself out of there. Gets pushed back. Yule Scepter keeps him going. Bike, any damage him? One more right click, but the Glimmer! The Glimmer doesn't keep him safe. They're going to chase Lumpy right click. It's going to be enough. Yes, that is. They find 3 kills. They're looking for Divide. Divide is going to get the TP away. In the meantime, they lose the bottom range racks. Parker has a BKB at the ready. Illich.
Oh, boy.
Oh my god, he's just getting bullied. Moose is the same story. The disarm comes out. BKB gets used. He's just going to try and focus them. Lee Racks, wait for him forward. Go for the TP. They have no lasso or way to interrupt the TP. He gets a full set of racks while his team gets crushed.
Alright, I mean, still worth it, I guess. Really good pickups from Beastcoast there. As you said, the Lion was dead, and Heroic didn't really want to leave their position. So they end up finding a good wraparound with the Dragon Knight. At this DK, I mean, we're starting to see the power of the scaling of Beastcoast. If they get lucky with a respawn timer of Roche, it's going to be dire side. They might be able to get it. There's no tier 1 or tier 2 on the top side for Heroic, which means that this could be very scary.
Yeah, the next Roche timer is going to be very important for both these sides. If they can get it, the Aegis on the DK would be nice. 40 seconds until it respawns. But if the Morphling gets it and the banner, you're going to lose your last set of racks, essentially. Like, the mid range is still standing, but that's like 3 hits for the Morph anyway.
Yeah. Sanjay Nyasha on Pike, so will increase his healing a little bit. Status resistance against Coil is nice, but it's not that overwhelming damage I thought that they were going for. And they gotta be so careful here. Because Heroic is coming to contest Roche. It's gonna spawn in 10 seconds. This fight, probably the size Heroics win, as you said. They either take this Roche, or maybe Beastcoast is able to drag this game, and once they do, who knows what will happen.
Well,
Roche is up.
14k net worth advantage. The Vailama, he's going for the Aghanim Scepter. Do they have... They have Lumpy, so the Invoker with the Tornado can at least purge it.
Brood is going for a Vice, so it is gonna be ready
But
in
Roche
a
is
little
up.
bit.
They Sunstrike it. The Radiant doesn't know if Roche is getting taken just yet. They're actually leaving the pit.
Oh no, okay, they're second guessing.
They could have had it right before the enemy came as well. On the side, Tornado is going to connect onto the Lion. Can they kill him off? Lasso, drag, hold him in place. They know
Lion's
that's
dead.
the control hero. He's going to get taken now. Parker's trying to go for Roche in the meantime in the pit. But a little bit dangerous there. Buybacks from both sides of the line. Their hook shot in onto KJ. Chen will be controlled up. Hand of God's not going to keep him alive. Lumpy pops the BKB. Roche is indeed. Parker's just going to focus on the objective. Pike is going to jump in towards the pit. Who's going to get the steal?
Oh my god,
it's going to get picked up by Pike. And the Morphling, with at least the banner, will be able to get the TP away. Buyback from Lumpy actually coming in after dropping his life. The Nullifier onto Divide. Pike, they actually have a Nullifier already done. And going in onto the Timber Saw. Can they take him down? El Micho is about to drop. El Micho's got the Nullifier, by the way. To deal
Pike's
with
dead.
the puck. Analog has an Aeon disc in that. Pike with the Age will come back. There is Morphling heading in that direction, so they need to be a little bit careful. But yeah, the Clockwork's got a Nullifier.
Dude, the Llama played that fight so freaking well. It felt like he was just gonna die to 4 heroes, and then he gets all of his spells off. He 100 to 0. The Dragon Knight gets the Aegis off, and at the end of the day, Heroic still has the goal lead. This Aegis being denied means that Heroic might even be feeling comfortable to poke a little bit in the high ground.
Yeah, they have the banner, so they can always use that for the extra push. In the meantime, Morphling, he's building up into a refresher. So the double BKB's also got the Lincolns now done. Parker's just trying to stay alive in all these fights. And they really don't do much to him if he has that BKB up. Like, they have Lasso as a BKB piercing tool, but they're not using it on the Morphling for good reason, because you can't really kill him.
Wow.
I'm still baffled that El Micho has a Nullifier.
Pike will be forced out. I mean, this Nullifier is very strong against the Aeon Disc and the Zeus Scepter Analog has been using to stay alive.
Oh yeah, I
Understand
why. It's just, where the hell did he get the farm? Well, he's not even like that much. Well, he's got decent farm.
I mean, he only has one item, right? So eventually he was able to get it.
Hook shot in onto Schofield. Didn't get the Nullifier off in time, and El Micho's in trouble trying to fly away, but he's going to get blasted. Drag back onto Parker. Parker pops the BKB, waveform forward. Lumpy would be a dieback, and Lumpy is dead. Pike didn't pop the BKB. He's in a bit of trouble there. No BKB for the next fight. They can just wait out the Elder Dragon form as well if they so please. Davai Lama doesn't care. He's going to jump in aggressively. And there's just, you know, it's nice the Scythe of Vice, but there's just no impact from this Brood.
Yeah, you know, when we were talking about the Brood skipping queue, Morphling learned his OT so late into this game. I probably expecting the Brood not to learn Q, but you know, at the same time, I can't help but feel like if you're gonna play carry, you still want the other facet.
Oh my lord, yeah, Pike gets absolutely annihilated, and the Lich is the next one. Pike has the buyback, but the Ancient's already being sieged by the KJ creeps. In the pit, the Fountain diving for good measure. Pike's gonna get controlled up. El Micho trying to fly away, but ultra kill for Parker. And game 1 goes to Heroic.
Yeah, can we say this was a comeback? I guess we could say, right? Beastcoast definitely had a really good...
They could be in a bit of... on Beastcoast, they could be a bit in trouble on the side of Heroic, but they still don't have that big control fest that would secure them all the kills. They were struggling with it in game number 1 as well. Like, they had the hook shot, and then it took forever for the rest of the team to join in. DK was not there in time. Now you have a Razor walking in, you have a Bristleback walking in. It's Storm Zip, hook shot, and then the rest of the team is just going to trail behind.
Well, we'll see what's going to happen here. Beastcoast, they had very solid laning stages and mid games in pretty much every game that we watched. Last game was no different, even though that they ended up losing. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if this Burso gets like a 11-minute eggs with a 14-minute bloodstone. He somehow doesn't get doomed and just gets to quill people indefinitely. I can see that. I also... How good is the Shadow Demon Shard this game? I guess you can dispel Lasso and
It's a basic
Silence,
dispel,
maybe.
so you can't dispel Lasso.
Oh, but basically dispel should take Lasso, right?
No, only strong dispels, because
Oh, you're
it's
right,
counted as
you're
a
right.
stun, essentially. So it would get
Hmm.
rid of Magnetize, the Muerta silence from the calling.
Yeah, okay.
That's about it. A little bit of the dot damage from the bat, I guess.
Lasso is such a weird spell, because, like, Snowball doesn't save you from Lasso for some reason, but, Snowball does save you from a lot of other things. Feels like they coded that in a very specific manner.
I
As
think you probably, because it's a leash, and you can't snowball people in leashes, I think. Oh,
well,
Moose. Gonna get first blooded. Trying to run away. Is pretty fast with the Windlace, but there's gonna be another blood grenade. And actually...
he's dead.
Yeah. Oh, is he? Yeah, he is. There's a nice hit from Schofield to secure first blood for the side of Heroic. Took a little bit longer than initially expected, but the kill is secured.
And here's the thing about Razor. A lot of people forget, like, Razor is supposed to be his lane dominator, but because Static Link is not something you want to learn level 1, like you probably get it level 2, level 3 in this lane, your base damage is garbage against Doom. Like, he will still get a lot of farm, especially because they're going to be dragging creeps with Schofield, and Razor being ranged, he just doesn't like to be dragging these creeps. He takes a lot of damage. This is, already feels like a win here in this lane for Heroic. I don't think this trade is worth it.
Well, Moo's walking in towards Schofield. Battery Assault harassed. The creeps are there as well. Schofield takes a lot of damage. Does have a dead shot available to try and stay alive, but now he's completely out of mana.
Still, it's a double wave, so it will push towards the Doom.
Yeah, Spike will need a little bit. We'll be able to get some decent farm. In the meantime, a suicide there from Schofield to make sure he respawns towards the lane with full HP, full mana, and a TP to boot.
Analog owning the lane as well. 10-0 here against the 5-1. Although I guess there are more creeps coming from the Dire side, so Lumpy should be able to farm some now.
And Parker top side. There's a nice amount of creeps going towards Illich, who needs to be a little bit careful with the stacks on him from the sticky napalm, but Magic Wand does help to be able to recuperate. And they did not counter ward any of the camps in the triangle, so El Misho might be able to get some big stacks for Illich. However, you're playing against the DK. That's the big problem. They have stack clear on the side of Heroic, so you're going to have to clear those stacks at a decent time when you make them.
Yeah, I think Briss and Storm are decent enough to clear it. Obviously, the Razor is not great at that, but Pyke, I think, doesn't care about stacks that much. He's always interested in just showing up and being useful to his team. Very Crystallis, Diracho-like of him.
El Misho will be able to grab the Healing Lotus. Both Healing Lotuses going towards Beastcoast. And Lumpy already grabbing the Bounty Rune there to refill his bottle, because, I mean, he has recuperated a little bit, but until he's level 6, he can die in mid, especially if the Muerta makes a rotation. Storm is a very decently easy target to kill comparatively.
Yeah, definitely. He, as you said, no, feeling much better here in this laning stage. Had a little bit of a hiccup in the early levels. The Doom is struggling more than I expected, actually. It was a pretty good start, but a lot of pressure coming from Pyke.
A static link down to only 25 right-click damage on the Doom. Makes it very hard to finish off a creep. Razor does what Razor does. Currently, Wateroo, KJ goes top. Lumpy will not be able to refill. Now he needs to be careful because Analog was looking to roll on him, but moves on the other side. is going to make sure that the water rune gets picked up by Lumpy. So good support there coming out from the Clockwork, and Analog will walk right between the cogs.
No Vortex on
Walk out.
Lumpy. Maybe they could have actually gotten that kill. Oh, Lumpy actually gets pushed into the high ground. We'll miss a lot of creeps because of it.
A nice little play there from Labat. And top side, they're going to go for the DK. They have the Viscous Nasal Goo. And he doesn't have a stun available. He knows he's dead.
Ooh.
So they're
Another
delaying it a little bit more.
Okay.
Doesn't matter too much.
Batrider, no Firefly.
This slow is pretty nasty. He's forced to go for the TP, and we'll get the TP back to base, but that top lane's looking rough now, because if the DK TP's in, there's not going to be a Batrider to help him if they go for it. Exactly the same play again.
Yeah, he needs to be very careful with his positioning. I mean, I guess it's kind of very close to his tower, so the reason he died there is that he was very far forward.
Oh, they are going in for the DK with moves rotating.
Oh no,
Parker's in trouble, and yeah, you know, you gotta be careful. Schofield does TP through. They do manage to get the kill. El Micho is dropping low. Will he get taken down? Yes, he does. But Parker's now gonna have to make the walk of shame as he gets killed off twice in a row.
Yeah, that's the type of lane win they need in a game like this. You really need to shut down one of the cores, and they're technically shutting down two. The Vailama, sure, he's a Doom, doesn't care that much. But the Dragonite, he does need the levels to get that cleave. He's still only level 4 against a Bristle that's approaching level 6.
And the Bristle is getting pretty huge. It doesn't have any stacks, though, to get the gigantic amount of money. But they are rotating top. Analog has his level 6, has an amplified damage rune. Illich needs to be careful. He doesn't know they're coming, and Illich is going to get pushed back. Tons of magic damage, and they will easily kill off the Bristleback.
Yeah, this little flame break back into the calling is super annoying. If you can actually get 2 procs of that, it's so much damage, so much slow. Really nicely done by Analog. Glyph's going to be forced, and a Palzerino.
Batrider pause. Net worth-wise, two teams are both very close to each other. There is a move from the two supports to try and get the bounty rune picked up. No ping. That team doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, that was the thing. I kind of like that they. It just feels very smart.
What?
What happened?
Parker? I mean, he unpaused when they didn't have Doom there.
Classic Parker.
Like, okay, obviously it's the Vailama that's the Doom, so, you know. Look up Twitter, and you will see. The Vailama, of course, is playing from EU, so.
See you later, nerds.
Is he?
I think so.
I think.
Why would he have no ping otherwise?
Because even when they're playing, I'm assuming this is Peruvian servers, right? So they're playing from Fortaleza. I think he would still use no ping.
Would assume. I'll. He's probably.
I think they're all
playing from
together.
EU.
No. I'm 99% sure they're all
Really?
together. Yeah. 99. Okay. But okay, let me talk to my contact here. But 99%.
I could also ask him. I have him in my friends list as well.
Alright, did ask. So, really good rotation from Analog, as we said. Looks like the Wisdom Rune will be picked up by Omisho.
No, Moose! He gets pushed away by KJ, and now Moose is in grave danger. He's gonna get chased. There is an Inferno Blade, so he can't even get out of there. Will drop to Devi.
Good try. Forces the Doom to be there. So, not really getting that much farm in the lane.
So tell me what your amazing contact has to say, by the way, once he responds.
Yeah, didn't get a response just yet, but as far as I know, they always travel together everywhere. but because it's kind of unfair if someone doesn't. But we'll see. We'll see.
I understand that, but like, they don't live together, I assume.
They
And-
kind of do with the new way the Dota circuit is set up, right? Unless you live in Europe, you're in a European team. I think you kind of have to.
Well, not all of them. You need 3 people. Analog taking some damage. Zip comes in. Schofield picks up the bounty. Lumpy is actually out of mana right now. And the pushback onto Moose. The burn. He is going to drop because Devi comes in from the other side.
Okay. It's a dead Clockito.
I mean, you only need 3 people of the region to play in a specific region. And they only have to be in the region. So if you have, the team is 1 Belgium and the rest South Americans.
Yeah, but like most of these teams like boot camp together and everything, so they're usually traveling. But we'll see.
I understand boot camping for a tournament that you're playing, but the qualifiers? Oh well.
I mean, this qualifier and this is a lot of
It
money.
is
Have you
impor-
seen
it
the
is
prize pool?
important. But then you're gonna have to do another boot camp afterwards.
And then you're like complaining, oh, I lagged, guys. I'm sorry, we didn't qualify because of my ping. And like you're a team that actually has the resources to have everyone playing from the same place.
You also want to be home sometimes.
I know. I mean, people think being a pro player is just a walk in the park. It's gotta make a lot of concessions. It's not a fun. I mean, I guess it can be a fun life if you're winning, but not everyone gets to win.
Actually curious. Quickly checking. Okay, they're not playing in the 1-win tournament. I was thinking maybe they got invited for that, and then they'd be technically in Europe, which they wouldn't be allowed to.
Yeah, no, I don't think they are. It's like Nigma OG, Secret. I don't remember the rest.
That's a weird invite list, by the way.
So, it brings the.
I mean,
viewers.
it's for the big names, I guess.
Yeah.
Catch analog. Will not be able to catch anyone. Zip top side. Lumpy gets a regen room, but Schofield's got the rod of Atos. Lumpy fear
Cool,
back
that
into
shot.
the silence. The silence misses, but Lumpy, the regen's not going to give him enough mana and will still die. Davai Lama didn't even have to use the Doom charging for Illich. He knows that's the target he wants to kill. Though, throws it out onto El Misho, the saving hero here. Illich is going to get rotted back, pushed back by Analog. They're going in. And Illich, he's just trying to at least get something for his troubles before he falters. Schofield ulti used. That means he's not going to take any physical damage. Illich is going to get taken down. Analog stays alive. TP goes out. Devi Lama is going to get caught inside the cogs. They will find the Doom as a response.
Really late move from Pyke. It felt like he could have TP'd 20 seconds ago. He had his OT on cooldown, but for how aggressive and willing to be a part of this fight he is, I'm surprised it took him this long.
Yeah, I guess maybe waiting until Doom was actually used before he's the one that gets targeted.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, at least he gets a fair amount of kills here. They will be able to pressure this tower, but that's the secondary problem we were talking about Beastcoast. Their siege is absolutely atrocious until the Bristol back gets big. So even though they sort of win, or at least like there's no cooldowns ready for Heroic, it's gonna be a very slow push here in this tower. But I guess Heroic will concede this tower.
No worries, because it's going to be Aghanim Scepter Razor. Remember? That's a thing. I mean,
Yeah,
obviously he's not going to buy it, but, Roche number 3, 4.
Alright, yeah, I
Get
mean,
it
we're
for
going
free.
the distance here, so you're right. Maybe we're just gonna have to wait until minute 60 with your Desolator 2, OT, Refresher.
Full faith. By the way, Schofield's really fat. Look at that net worth. 4.2k on a pulse for Muerta. We also saw him against Fusion on the Muerta, just in the first 2 minutes of the game, just win it for them.
Well,
With that,
I mean,
double
Lumpy
kill.
needs to be so careful here.
Davai, Demonic Purge was used, hook shot in for Moose, but the rest of them all TPing in immediately on the side of Heroic. waiting for this attempt to come through. They have an aggressive observer ward on the side of Heroic, spotting all of this out, heading their direction.
Jungles.
Oh, silence onto Lumpy. There's no lasso yet for KJ.
Okay.
But Analog has an arcane rune, so he doesn't really care about spamming a couple of spells. Lumpy does need to be a bit careful here in mid.
Should be very careful. The Atos.
Rod. There's the silence coming in. Lumpy, zip to the side, going for the TP out of there. Moose is going to be finished off as a response skill.
Damn, dude. Analog. Every game with the Earth Spirit, he just looks unstoppable. He destroys all of the lanes. Clutch rotations every single time. Picking Storm into this Earth Spirit, I can't help but feel like this is not going to end up well, especially with this Atos. We already saw it being very important here. Sure, the Storm survives, but as we see, I mean, he's going to have to go BKB. There's no other way for Lumpy to feel safe in the fights. And even then, you gotta have to watch out for the Doom and the Lasso.
Yeah, it will not be an easy game for the Storm, because you're going to need to get Lincolns afterwards anyway. It's just not fun. Yeah, he has the BKB queued up, then the Lincolns. And this is not a game where Pyke is playing the Alchemist, where he gives you a free Axe to try and make up for the issue. Top side, Disruption comes out, controls up the Batrider. King Jungles actually cliffs Illich in the meantime.
No TP.
Oh, 40 seconds until he can TP. Maybe he can push himself off with the Ironwood tree.
I think you can Disruption himself to the low ground, maybe?
Ah, that could be possible.
Well, he's not trying to use the Ironwood tree, and Storm dies in the meantime because they know this Bristleback is a ward at the moment. Oh my lord. Oh, he tried to use the tree.
Yeah,
it's
he
GG.
tried to GG cliff him right there.
It's GG, bro.
Oh, he's so
no.
close to the Ags as well. This team is getting hunted in the meantime. He'd have Ags done by now. God, like KJ, even when he dies, he makes a huge play.
He even used his own... Oh, man. He used his own branch there to try and get out. Oh, finally. He's going to TP.
That's so sad. That is beyond sad. Oh, great job by KJ. And now there's not going to be a TP on the Bristleback, which is another downside.
But he does have the Axe, so... Finally, gets to do the Bristle things.
Able to clear up some cams quickly. He's going to go Shard, then probably... I mean, you want to get Bloodstone, but if you get Doom, you still die.
Yeah, I wonder what... Did you go like Lotus second item? It was pretty bad.
I mean, it's a really good Lotus game. Actually, incredibly good Lotus game. Maybe just get the... Yeah, no, I don't know.
It's very good. I mean, it's a good... Oh, by the way, have you seen Parker has a Midas? He got tilted out of those 2 kills. Yeah, did get a Midas, and he is very farmed regardless.
Oh, yeah, I know. He caught up completely. But, yeah, that's very Parkerish.
That's the Parker mindset. Am I below 700 GPM minute 7? Have to buy Midas. And now he is...
Mask of Madness is being delivered as well.
There you go. Okay, so how is the Storm BKB going here? Still, oh my god, he's so poor. Oh, he actually changed his mind.
Devi doesn't even have Midas. Like, DK goes Midas. Doom does not.
Yeah.
What a disparity there.
That's how it works when you have Parker in your team. Just gotta accept what he will tell you. King Jungles.
Okay, Jay. Hook shot is going to connect, and they will be able to get the kill onto the Batrider. It's unfortunately just a post 5 Batrider, so they don't lose anything really on Heroic.
Yeah, they don't really have any towers to take, and even if the wave was pushed, they don't have the heroes to do anything with that. There's at least a haste rune top, but Lumpy is actually very far away from that, so won't really be benefiting from it at the moment.
And bottom side. Yeah, Lumpy, he went for the Ogre Axe, but is going back for the Shard. So still got to stick with the Kaya Shard and then probably BKB, Lincoln's.
Lots of shards, right? Bristol's also going for one. The Shadow Demon already bought his, which means Moose is definitely gonna get his, or the Razor will get one.
Yeah, that's actually pretty interesting. I mean, Lumpy should should you wait? Oh, going in. El Misho, Shadow Demon. Is not even going to get... it doesn't have Disruption available. Throws out Demonic Purge. But will lose his life to a lasso. Weird that they use the lasso there, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't really get to use it that much because he doesn't have Blink. So, might as well use it.
Yeah, he had no way out. He was stuck. Like,
he just wants to feel like he's helping, bro. You don't understand. It's
he
about
already,
sending a message.
KJ already did enough. He cliffed the Bristleback, and that was like really annoying.
That is true.
To be fair, he did let Parker die twice in a row, which forces Parker to go for the Hand of Midas. So, that's the other trade-off that happened.
Yeah, very true. And they're gonna smoke here. The thing is, as we already pointed out several times, this smoke's like, if you do not land a hook shot, the smoke's over. And even if you do, if you find like analog, this is okay. They're gonna go for the Parker or Huerta.
Oh, this is a DK got, but nice force left out for both feels so rich. And that's just Parker walking away.
That's your gank. There you go.
Schofield heavy carrying this game. 6-1 and 5 on the post for Muerta.
Yeah, I gotta give it to him. Just amazing game. What do you do now, right? You have this Storm that has to 24/7 farm a BKB, and that doesn't sound good when you're 18 minutes in.
Well, they're going Roche.
Yeah, it's fine. Sure. There is a BKB on the Razor.
And they do have, of course, the minus armor from the Viscous Nasal Goo. Storm can get the Aegis. That means if he doesn't care that much if he gets doomed the first time.
Parker's level 16.
Oh, that goes down so fast with that overload. They take Roche incredibly fast.
Yeah, minus armor plus the overload, as you said. Very powerful. But dude, Parker is gigantic. He is level 16 right now. He's 3 levels ahead of the Razor.
Yeah, that's Animitis right there. The extra 2.1 times experience. Value. And Pike is okay. S and Y. Some status resist. This is a really good status resistance game.
Yeah.
Lasso, Doom, DK stun. Everything
I guess the
really.
Bristol might actually get one as well. Honestly, I'm not even opposed to the Storm, but he already has a Kaya, so he can do it. He's gonna get the Lincolns. It is a really good status resistance game.
Nah, some should just get the Lincolns, and then he'll be fine. Enough.
Okay, Rune is gonna be bottom here. Analog getting the region. So I mean, the timing is just weird because Lumpy, he's not gonna have the BKB before the ages expire, and as we saw, one 4-staff destroys Beastcoast's gank. You cannot push towers. Your scaling is arguably worse. I am honestly, I don't know what the plan for Beastcoast is.
I think they're trying to figure that one out themselves. I guess, late game Storm can be pretty nasty if you get to a point BKB done, Lincoln's done, Ag's done. Whereas Earth Spirit is a hero that falls off very heavily.
So tanky on heroic, right? Like your
That
damage.
is a big issue. I guess Razor, when you get to a point with the Razor where you get like Refresher Orb, and you get the static link, it seals attack speed. Ultra late game Razor again becomes really strong.
Yeah, I might be underestimating the Razor for sure. It's not a hero that we get to see, especially in South America. And this game is kind of feels like we're gonna go late.
Nice attempt there from Schofield. Just barely misses the mark.
We'll see how late this is gonna go, right? Because the thing is, Heroic, once they are comfortable with the items they can just group up, hit tower. They have a Dragon Knight. Beastcoast, they don't have a hero that does that, so I'm assuming once the Aegis is out, Heroic will start to get out of their side of the map, go for some smokes, and that's when they can start seizing map control.
Yeah, I do think that like late game it gets a little bit dicey, but on the other hand, you also have tools yourself. Demonic Purge with like Ags on Shadow Demon is also going to be very impactful. For instance, Storm gets stronger late game. Razor is actually very strong as well, but you know Doom is the biggest issue late game. Radovato's getting dodged, Lumpy gets out.
Yeah, and you don't have a way to 100 to 0 this Doom, right? Look, what's your lockdown? You're gonna need like a Vise, and even that sounds. Oh, look at Analog, great positioning. Finds moves.
The catch. Clockwork, Glimmer used, the Doom thrown out on the Shadow Demon, that's the save gone, but that means there's no Doom, so Pike can just go in and go for the fight here, seals all the damage away from Parker.
On the Storm.
Shot comes up with a 4-step, Parker on towards the high ground, Schofield is now gonna get dragged back, Lumpy needs to be a little bit careful, but does still have the Aegis anyway, and Parker's still gonna be hunted by Illich. He has to go for the TP armlet, gonna keep him alive, no he does not stay alive. And yeah, I mean, I understand dooming the Shadow Demon because disruption is annoying, but really?
Yeah, that was a weird fight because the Doom target, first of all, they knew they were against an Aegis. The Batrider never engaged at all. Lasso is still available even though he has a blink. And it looked very promising with that calling. But yeah, once the Storm shows up, presses Overload. They just have a lot of damage and no BKB on Parker, so just doesn't get your TP out.
Yeah. Now Storm does have his BKB available. He's going to go for that Lincoln's. Illich is still building up his BKB. It feels like he's building his BKB forever on the Bristleback. But Parker is definitely killable at this stage of the game. Is going for the Daedalus next. No real... I mean, the Hurricane Pike did almost keep him alive. I think he stayed around a little bit too long instead of just straight up trying to beeline it out of there. Hook shot barely misses Analog. Zip in heavy deep, but not going to get a catch.
Lumpy now working towards that Lincoln Sphere. Gold lead still pretty healthy, but... Yeah, that's the weird part about this game is that Heroic, they're not going for the blink on the Vailama. So this game, it feels like they are comfortable taking this late, which I think they should. But it means that like we might be here for like 50 minutes plus. Like what's Heroic? It feels like they're completely okay with just farming and allowing the DK to get bigger, as they will smoke, but no Daedalus ready for Parker.
They do have the Doom at the ready. Illich is actually TPing away. They smoked up on Beastcoast as well. And Pike shows himself, but yeah, Heroic's going the opposite direction, so they won't be able to encounter each other anytime soon. Yeah, DK no Blink Dagger, Doom no Blink Dagger. It does feel very weird. Like everything is going to come down to the plus 5 Batrider making the plays.
All right. Yeah, and we're gonna have the Sunjin Yasha Doom. There you go. That's the new meta. It's just I don't know. It is a Neil thing as Parker gets found.
Pops the BKB already, going for Schofield. Schofield pops his ulti, and they're gonna go for Parker.
Oh, he gets found.
Get disrupted. On the side, El Misho is in a lot of trouble himself. Parker is going to get taken down. Devailama, can he find a Doom target here? Moves. Nope. Devailama is going to go for the TP attempt, but is not going to stay alive to survive it. Schofield on the side. His ulti's on cooldown. KJ and Analog on the run. And I don't really know what Heroic is doing right now.
Yeah, they don't build initiation, and they don't have BKB on DK, and they're posturing for these fights that... are really hard to take. It's kind of funny, right? Because you're like, yeah, Beastcoast has no stun, so I don't need BKB, but they have a lot of spell damage. They, like, the Storm shows up with Overload, the Razor is just reducing all of your armor with the Bristleback on top of it. And I don't know, man, Parker 0-4, this game's not looking good.
Yeah, he's, after his Daedalus wants to go for the AC. I mean, yeah, you're taking a decent amount of physical damage, but also quite a decent amount, as you mentioned, the magic damage from the overload, from the Razor in general,
Shadow
just
Demon.
walking about with the plasma field. But I think the minus armor is really hurting him from the Eye of the Storm in combination with the Viscous Nasal Goose Spam. It's a lot of armor reduction.
Yeah, the thing is, your DK has 44 armor, so if he's struggling, I guess his Mask of Madness maybe was turned on, so that is, some extra minus armor he was dealing with there. Do they have any aura items? They do not. AC is gonna be done on the Doom, but Parker also has an AC queued up, which is a little bit weird.
Schofield hasn't participated in the kill for quite some time now. He had such a good position, and now, KJ has caught up to his own Muerta plus 4, who was looking like he was going to turn into that 4th core for the team.
Yeah, I thought that considering how good of a game he was having, he was going to go for some actual right-click Muerta, right? We've seen a lot of Gleipnir Muertas, but did get the 4-step, which frankly helped a lot in some of those engagements. But now going for this Lotus Orb, he's kind of accepting the fact he's not going to scale.
Defy has the AC pretty much done, so I would assume Parker decides not to go for it.
You're assuming they're talking to each other.
That's a very dangerous assumption to make, I know.
Yeah.
I mean, you could just ping it.
Yeah, that does work.
I am building AC. Oh, they're looking for Roche. 50 seconds until it respawns. Second Roche gives you the banner. High ground pushing. I mean, do you really fear that? I guess the Blink Lasso is still scary. But you have the Disruption Save as a counter to it. And Doom doesn't have Blink. I really don't get the not Blink Doom. Especially considering you're playing against Storm. Like, you see Storm, you like Blink Doom. Go. Kill.
Their read is that Beastcoast cannot do anything. Without Aegis, they can go high ground. They can't really gank you because it's just too awkward. And so, if you think you scale better, you're just gonna farm. But the thing is, with Parker dying for the 4th time, with the Muerta not building any carry items, it does kind of feel that their scaling is not there, right? No Midas on the Vailama. He's the same level as Schofield, for instance. And the smoke from them might be late unless Beastcoast overthink this move. Let's see what they're gonna do.
If they do the same as last time, where they just walk out the pit randomly, that might be a problem.
They
take it down very fast, and Roche will falter. Lumpy has the Aegis now as well. He's so close to finishing up the Lincolns. KJ places an Observer Ward on the side. Lincolns gets popped from Pike. Analog going in deep. Lumpy doesn't want to lose his Aegis just yet, but it might be the case. Moose is going to be locked and loaded down on the side. Illich is just spamming as much as he can. Davai Lama will be able to get the kill. Still has his Doom available right now. Pike is actually going.
Look at him go.
Still has the Lincolns going. He takes the damage to deal. Gets the kill. Lumpy is going to be the problem because he just lost the Aegis previously, and they will lose the team fight massively.
It's tough, right?
Analog did about the same damage as the DK.
I mean, yeah, he just got a perfect magnetize with Shiva's Guard. He kills the first life of the Storm Spirit. And the Storm, like, if you look at his items, he's so poor. Like, he doesn't actually do that much damage. His damage is Overload, which, granted, it's fine. But he doesn't have the option to isolate anyone. And was he Lincoln's? Where's his Link? Oh man, the Lincoln's was in the courier. He actually, I think he died. His courier stopped going towards him, and then he got doomed the second time. That's why
Nah.
he felt so poor. Oh.
Yeah, that was a full Lincoln's. We'll have it now for a possible next engagement. Parker
That's a
is
totally
still
different
killable,
fight.
but yeah, this is... It's also they lost the Shadow Demon immediately at the start, which is very important because they need to keep him alive. They will find Analog on the side. Can he disengage? Nope, he's out of mana. No roll available.
By the
And
way,
they will find a second.
I have confirmation Mr. Davai Lama is in South America. Fortaleza specifically.
Okay, okay. Man knows his stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
I have no idea. Is that like the north part?
That is the north of Brazil. Beautiful
Okay, the
beaches.
part that can play in EU.
Yes, exactly. That's why they're using no ping, as they will find a little
Schofield.
Schofield. Huh?
Pops his ult. Lumpy. You can throw out a static remnant to hurt him, though. Just saying. That still hurts.
Yeah, wants to kick his face. Pike getting a tower. So,
Oh, they're going in, but the Manta Cell dodge. Cage
Wait,
is just...
I
Oh,
think
that's so
he tried to force Steph, but the Manta made him force Steph an illusion. And he couldn't
Yeah.
get the lasso off.
Now there's the Parker DK. Lincoln's
No
gets popped.
BKB on Parker. I've seen that
And-
story.
Yeah, Parker's just straight up dead.
Parker,
That-
like ever since he died twice in the laning stage, it feels like his brain just turned off.
He's going for the BKB next, so at least that. But they're just going to walk up the high ground. Do they actually have the banner still? Yeah, they do still have the Roshan's banner on the clockwork.
Alright, so they have buyback. I mean, Parker's not going to buy back, so they're either defending these or giving up the barracks. I think they're giving it up.
Yeah, creep wave is going to get taken down. Defy not cutting the mid creep wave, so that is going to be the melee racks at the very least gone.
Yeah.
The range racks probably to boot.
Do you go for the second one, or are you fine with one lane? Looks like they're going to respect Heroic here.
Full set of racks. Yeah. Pike also. Next item's going to be Satanic. Obviously, if you doom him, that's going to be very important. But these Lincolnses, Pike having one, the Storm having one, it's going to be very hard for the Doom to find a target, considering they are swapping it between players every time.
Yeah, and you have the Sanjin Yasha on the Bristleback as well, so dooming him doesn't feel that good anymore. Not counting the fact that you have the disruption, you have ways to save these players. So, I mean, tough. I mean, Heroic, they took away the Aegis and they still take so much pressure from Beastcoast as the Vi now gets his shard. I think that might be second to last one. No, Analog also doesn't have his.
Yeah, Analog would definitely prefer to have it instead. I think the Scorched Earth healing for 60% of the damage dealt.
He has a Sanjin Yasha though.
Oh, that is true. Zip in onto Parker. No BKB available. There's going to be the static link. A lot of damage dealt. And Parker is just dead. Hook shot in onto the Vilam on the side. He tries to run away with the BKB. Will be able to disengage, or will he? Buyback comes out from Parker. Illich is going to be the target here. Analog with running forward. Lumpy doesn't have any mana. Disruption
Roshan.
save. Still has a BKB at the ready, but is going to
Good
get feared
headshot.
perfectly by Schofield, and they will get the kill on the Storm. Looking for more. They need to get more. They forced out 2 buybacks here.
Mike has a BKB.
Heroic.
You gotta be careful here. He can turn this on you.
Yeah, he's gonna BKB TP, and Lasso was still available for KJ, so Pike is dead.
Okay, that's I mean, surprised that Lasso was up this whole time. They did force 2 buybacks, so killing Parker has a lot of value. No Roche for the foreseeable future. So at best, I think Heroic can get like a tier 2 and a tier 3 maybe. I mean, 70 seconds Razor. Let's see how much they're gonna force this.
DK does do a lot of auto attack damage.
Oh,
And
Bristol
Marta as
did
well.
cut 1 wave.
They fortify, tried to clear it up, and well, it dropped.
Oh, catapult
catapults. Yeah, just in time. Bristleback's there as well. Still tried to keep them at bay, and that will be successful. They don't know if there's no buyback available, so if a big Storm Zip comes in, for instance, it could cost them. Storm is close to his Ags, which means AoE, nice Vortex. And Almisha's going for the Ags, which makes late game very scary. with the extra break on DK. Like, he loses his innate. He loses 13.5 armor at that point.
Yeah, very true. So we have 2 side of ices on the way. Analog has gold for his, just bought it. And the Razor is, I mean, he's pretty far from his, but he is in the process of making one. Shadow Demon will get an eggs in about 2,500, 1,500 gold. Refresher on the Bristle. We're gonna have double hairball, double Bristle back?
That's weird.
Yeah, that's... No. He bought a Shivas. All right, he gave up the refresher. Okay, makes more sense.
I was thinking, Lotus, very good item this game. Shiva's also a good item. Refresher, what?
Refreshing your quills? You're saying that's not good?
And the viscous nasal goo? Ooh, value.
Oh yeah. The scaling is infinite. Alright, so Roche might spawn in 30 seconds here. There is a world where Heroic gets the dire Roche and they're quite happy. It is not easy to fight Heroic in that area when you don't have buybacks, no TPs in any position. Moose gets a shard.
That's a happy little clockwork. He's got Ghost Scepter, Solar Crest, Glimmer, Gem, Shard now. Very supportive oriented.
Really want to use that side of eyes. Do gotta be careful about the Linkenses, but...
Smoked up Heroic.
It's actually gonna be a Radiant Roche.
Analog has Scythe, so...
Oh, are they gonna bait that illusion? Pike? No, he knows.
The smoke, yeah, he's also invis on Analog, so... Oh, not getting broken.
Yeah, they see that Heroic is there. The smoke gets wasted. Very good for Beastcoast. Good ward, good position. They also get lucky without knowing because Roche is going to be on the Radiant side. So as long as they just play safe and wait for Roche to spawn, they definitely have the upper hand in the next fight. It's just that they were very unlucky with both Roshans. Like they got the Aegises and couldn't really fully utilize them.
Yeah. Well, the second Aegis especially, that one got just one shot immediately during the fight for Roche. Yeah, they're going to be forced to go back on the side of Beastcoast, otherwise their base is going to get demolished in the process.
Parker actually used his Dragon Form very early here. They don't know if they're going to find a jump or not.
He won't actually have it for Roche once it's up. So it's all about timing at that stage. Lumpy does have the Ags now done. And pushing the lane forward. El Misho needs to be careful. Smoke gets broken. El Misho.
Blink out.
Blink. Can he get the TP away? Glimmer. Ooh, he's gone.
Wow. Alright, so it will actually spawn for 5 seconds on Dire, but I think Heroic is probably going to go the other way. Yeah, they know it's just safer to be there. Beastcoast, they're going to be late. They all had to come back because the mid wave was pushing. So Heroic's going to be ready on that side. Oh, wait. They're still waiting for Roche? Oh, no. Can they actually lock Roche in there? Wait.
They have the Flame Break to push it back, and they have a lot of damage.
He's silenced. Oh, when he's silenced, he doesn't move. He's too dumb.
He's hexed up as well, and they hook shot in, but he walks. Who's going to grab all the stuff?
The Aegis Parker gets it.
Zip comes in, Lumpy gets out, huge drag back. Doom gets thrown out onto Lumpy. The Storm Spirit's in trouble, but the Aegis is going to get popped.
No Dragon
There's
Form.
Going to be a look for more. Lumpy, can he wait out that Doom? Parker, he doesn't have a BKB, he doesn't have anything. Parker's just a sitting duck. Schofield's going to be the next for Pike, and they find everything. They don't even kill off the Storm.
Oh, he clicks on top of Analog.
Away, and the Earth Spirit is going to get finished up sooner rather than later. They clear it up. No buyback on anyone on the Dire side either.
What?
And that might just be game.
They just got gifted the best present in the world, but they got unlucky somehow. Parker even gets the Aegis, but once he dies with no Dragon Form, no BKB, he just dies again. That refresher on the Razor being ready meant so much. This is over.
that hook shot, like taking the gateway there, knowing that they're probably taking
Yeah.
Roche right now, that was
Yeah.
huge. That was everything. Moves with the hook shot in the middle of Roche walking away, and that's just, yeah, it's over.
Yeah, the cogs just splitting the fight, and we get the classic DC SAGG. Oh well, they said it was a crash, but regardless, wow. All right, this series is giving a bit more than I expected. Right from the beginning of this game, I was like, okay, Heroic might get a 3-0, and you know it is what it is. They're always getting their invite, but Beastcoast, they show up. This Razor, we underestimated how strong it was.
Bike did a lot, but that the AoE Electric Vortex with the Ags from the Storm, that was also just fantastic. 3-man catch. In the meantime, while those three are being dragged in, they just focus everything on Barker, blow him up the first time. He uses BKB the first time, comes back alive, no BKB for the second round, and then it's just tick, 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 dead.
I'm surprised they just didn't GG, right? Like, what's gonna happen here? Is this Doom's
Being
gonna...
thrown out. Disruption comes out, but they have a fortification. However, Devi is going to die. He's the only one with a buyback. That's the only plus.
No refresher, no blink. Oh, there he
Yeah, Devi, there's the GG call, and it will be game 1 for... I don't really know why they waited, but... it is going to be a game 2, going towards Beastcoast. That means we... at least
the part I'm kind of curious of. Is he gonna go for some like Diffusal Blade? Will he go... I don't know, Maid Slayer? He did that in another game. There's definitely a couple of routes he can take here.
Yeah, I'm really curious on what Pike's build is going to go for. Are you going to go super greedy into we're going to win late game, so you go Battle Fury? Are you going to go for the faster gameplay with the Gleipnir? Or are you going to go for the we want to win this game very, very fast and you go like Diffusal Blade or, as you said, Mage Slayer and just Mage Slayer BKB, which is what he did previously. It worked really well, but obviously that was also against very specific heroes that did a lot of spell damage. In this case, I mean, they do a decent amount, but it's not scary levels of spell damage from the heroic lineup.
Yeah, I think Pike is very versatile. He usually tends to go the more aggressive type builds than the farming ones, but we've seen him gravitate towards both, which makes him a very versatile carry. No wonder Waska wanted to play with him, and no wonder Beastcoast is doing well. He's been looking really good.
Okay, looking at these lanes, Illich might struggle. Okay, there's a very decent chance that Illich will struggle on the Magnus in his lane. That's the one scary part. Top lane should be just fine for Beastcoast, right?
Yeah, I think both carries are gonna be pretty happy this game. So either side getting a lane win, and mid is definitely skill based. I would assume Invoker wins slightly, but it really depends on the skill build of the Void Spirit. I've seen Void Spirits trying to get Dissimulate to deal with the Cold Snap EMP. I feel like there are, depending on the points of Quas, you cannot Dissimulate out of it. So it's a bit weird. Like, I don't know exactly what he's going to do in that sense. And I'm also curious about the item build, right? Because this is a game where Aghanim Scepter is usually the build that we've seen. But I've seen a lot of, like, Manta rushes from Void Spirits. And I kind of hate it, to be honest. But if you get away with the Manta, you do scale a lot. But I don't know, when your mid-heroes rushing Manta, it just feels so bad.
Yeah, I probably like more of the Void Spirit going for the Aghanim Scepter this game, especially with the Resonant Pulse facet that he has. Getting it at a good timing. The silences are going to be very hard to deal with for the Radiant side. It's not like they're going to be able to... I mean, they're going to have to get a BKB fast this game. But even then, they have Lasso, they have RP. They have multiple tools that go through BKB.
Yeah, and I think the other interesting item build question is what the Vylama is going to do. Because there's so many counters to his Black Hole that I think this is a game where you play as if it doesn't even exist, and you just go full auras. So I wonder if it's gonna go some like pipe, Greaves, style, or maybe just like drums, Vlad's.
Yeah, I think he has to go auras because, yeah, as you mentioned, going blink BKB. Obviously, if you get a 5-man black hole, you still win. So that's always going to be in the back of his mind, but it's not going to be an easy game to make that happen.
So we'll see how the lanes are going to unfold. Surprisingly, El Micho is playing, so that is interesting. I guess he wants to mirror the KJ position, and KJ does fortify this lane a little bit. I think in general, the Enigma would struggle too much if he had a clockwork. So
yeah,
at
the
the same
Monkey
time,
King
the
would get
Knicks,
the free Jingle Mastery stacks, which would make it a bit problematic with all those Eidolons just getting chopped.
yeah, but the healing does make this annoying here. The Vylum is actually getting more CS than I expected.
It's still an Enigma. Like, only the, Alchemist and Gyro are insanely good against it. They will clear up the second set of Eidolons, though. And now Divine Lama just has to go for the right click to... I mean, he still gets to deny regardless. Unlog in mid takes a lot of damage from Lumpy.
Yeah, White Spirit. Melee heroes in general, just great animation. It's not easy for the Invoker in the first levels, but, he gets to lifesteal with his elitist bullshit, so should be fine.
One thing that's also kind of interesting bottom lane is if you get a good Flame Break skewer, you could drag Parker very far back. It's also always nice to have someone with a little bit more displacement with a Magnus in lane.
Yeah, that's why the Clockwork is also here, right? Because it makes this heroes a bit awkward, can just push the Magnus back. It's not going to be easy to mess with Parker if the clock is in a good position, which Schofield should be.
And these two lanes, do you think we're going to have most action top side or bottom side?
I think top, honestly. I feel like the cooldowns are lower. It's just higher probability of getting kills. But considering how rough mid lane has been, I think this might be one of those rare games where you actually get to see a kill in the mid lane.
Yeah, Lumpy doesn't just get his bottle delivered, though. Of course, Unlock doesn't go for it. And Lumpy, no points in Disseminate. We'll drag back Unlock for some extra much-needed damage.
PS-wise, domination here from Pyke as well as Lumpy. So the lanes are definitely going well, and I mean, we expected that, right? This early Enigma against Beastcoast, you will have to deal with the Monkey King.
Time for some Lotuses to be secured.
They break Pyke's tree?
The tree gets cut. He still has the healing Lotus. Almisha coming in from behind Pyke. He's just going to try and get himself Jingle Mastery so he can heal up with the creeps.
Dispel.
And heals up.
Huh.
He'll still take a lot of damage afterwards.
I think that was really... Like, Pyke cancelled his animation so that he enchanted before he got the fourth Jingu, and then he actually gets the lifesteal, kills the Enigma. Very nicely done.
But he... Did he?
Yeah, he was gonna get the fourth attack off, he stopped, and then he went for the fourth instant with the insta Jingu, boundless.
Okay, so I was very confused there, considering I don't think he had Jingu afterwards, but yeah.
Yeah, it was this. Yeah, or he got dispelled later, but like he was just playing.
He
with
did
the fourth
heal.
Attack.
He did heal.
He did heal.
But I think he might have healed right before King Jungle's got the dispel from Enchant.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter, right? As long as you heal the first one, the other three attacks don't matter.
Yeah, but the plus is, of course, they managed to get the kill onto the Enigma. However, Pyke is getting really harassed. There's also Schofield TPing through.
A lot of aggression.
Yeah, they're trying to make sure that the focus is going to be in the top lane. Almisha's just almost dead to King Jungles. Okay, he'll get the stun. dropping low. We'll be able to get back. In the meantime, Moo's actually pulling the creep wave back. So he also left the bottom lane, making it a 1v1 between Illich and Parker.
Okay, so they're really trying to enable the Vailama here, but at the expense of giving Magnus free levels. This hero, farms really fast. So we'll see if this is gonna pay off or not. Finally, Pyke gets to be under tower, but
Moose
there's
is
still a lot of heroes here.
dragging the creeps towards mid. He's dragged the top creeps towards the mid lane. Okay, Lumpy will get some added golden experience, I guess.
Yeah, we'll get his 6
Looking
very soon.
for the jump onto Analog, drag him
Beautiful.
back. Do they have the damage to take him down? Tornado gets thrown out, and Analog will be able to walk it off.
All right. He's close to getting his 6, though. 2 or 3 creeps away. Not a lot of mana on Analog.
Analog has to be a little bit scary. Careful. Level 6. Also almost a 6 minute. The rune's about to spawn as well. Top side, Schofield's going to get stunned up. There's going to be the
Lumpy
TP through. Lumpy has level 6 going in for Devailama. The Enigma is going to be left behind and taken down. But that means that the rune can at least be secured by Analog.
Yeah, but this Evoker doesn't care that much about it. Really good TP from Lumpy.
It is an arcane rune, though.
True.
And also, the bounty rune gets picked up by King Jungle, so Lumpy cannot refill his bottle that way either.
He's gonna need a support to die.
Might be El Misho.
The Vi, decent CS, but those 2 deaths definitely make it a little bit annoying for him. Still level 4. Usually Enigmas should have the experience advantage over the carry, but a lot of aggression. Lots of heroes also soaking experience. The supports were all there in the top lane.
7 minutes into the game, it's looking to be time for the runes, and Schofield is nearby. Moo spots him out, and they are going to need a bit more of a TP there to help out. Moose is going to get taken down. That's going to be the XP, double XP for Heroic. They really put a lot of pressure on those experience. Yeah, they'll lose the Enchantress, probably, but the double wisdom is too much value. The Nyx Assassin's going to take longer to get his Vendetta, which is kind of the crucial one, especially the Bat. He's level 3 on Bat.
Yeah, very true. He probably will need to focus on getting some stacks so he gets the extra experience from those. As Illich actually finds Parker here with an instant RP and a skewer.
Oh, but the cogs. Illich now in a world of hurt is going to get taken down. Lumpy cannot help his offlaner whatsoever, and they do take the lead here on Heroic.
Yeah, very good bait from Heroic. They were all around, just waited for the RP to be used, didn't jump the gun. Okay. Pyke, though, now finally gets to dominate the lane again.
And Log walking up the high ground. EMP thrown out. They get the stun. Try and take him down. Lumpy caught inside the cogs. Now Lumpy needs to disengage. The Vailama, no level 6. He's so close for the black hole, but a little bit too far off. And denies the shield rune of Lumpy as well.
He'd get the black hole now.
Lumpy will, at least with the Empower buff, also clean up those Eidolons for some extra money. El Misho caught inside the cogs. Gonna get bounced all over the place. And the Nyx Assassin, the black hole onto 2. They just walk right to Devi.
I guess they didn't see the levels. That was, I'm pretty sure they saw him. Like the Eidolons were there. That was not the brightest move from Lumpy.
Weird. Yeah, no, that was a weird death. That made no sense. And now it was second in net worth. Like Devi caught up completely with those 2 kills.
That's huge. That's huge. Already has the drum. So whenever anyone is not in a lane, he can easily push towers with the drums completed. There is a little bit of a rotation here, but El Misho, as I said, very low level. Doesn't really have any way to engage on the Enigma.
Yeah, El Misho really needs to get his level 6. Same with the Bat. They're very, very weak compared to when they get their ultis available. Like Enchantress, for instance, doesn't really care. it's still nice to have, but it's not amazing, like game winning. However, Clockwork, that's when the Clockwork gets active.
Yeah, he's gonna get it very soon. 2k gold lead here for Heroic. Mate Slayer on analog. Interesting.
Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of damage coming out from the Void Spirit. And the 2 sports. Again, Divine Llama denying the Invis rune. Lumpy, 3 runes in a row, hasn't managed to refill his bottle.
Yeah, that feels pretty bad. Really good from the Lama. Consistently just messing with those ones. How is Illich doing? He has treads. Working towards the blink. Wow, I mean, it felt like he was actually getting a lot of farm here, but he's almost half the net worth of Parker this game.
Yeah, it turned out to be a 1v1, and then he is not the strongest, plus the Clockwork is very obnoxious to deal with for Magnus. You can't skewer when the Clockwork's nearby.
Yeah, look at Parker. He's just farming the Ancients here on the right side. No fear whatsoever.
Yeah, without a blink, Illich doesn't have a move to make in towards mid. Lumpy taking a lot of damage there. Needs to disengage. They're putting a lot of pressure here on the side of Heroic. And that's all a distraction so that Parker can continue to farm.
And I mean, he's farming everything. No, I mean, he does have a ward there in the cliff, so it feels a little bit comfortable. The clock has been camping the triangle. They have this Nyx Assassin. We'll get vision of Schofield, but it's a pretty tanky target regardless.
Parker would be a nicer one, but Parker also has infused raindrops, Falcon Blade, and a Dragon Lance. He's got 1600 HP with the power treads on Agi. So it's a terrible target to try and go for if you don't have a rotation coming in.
Yeah, they're gonna scan. They know there's a little bug there. Sentry. Oh, they don't.
Well, they will find the Observer ward, so they'll take that one for good measure. Schofield being chased by El Misho. Lumpy is going to get interrupted on the hunt. Illich is nearby. Shockwave drag. Schofield will get heavily jumped. But the rune gets denied once again, this time by King Jungles. And Lumpy, every single time, he sees the rune right in front of him, just in his grasp range, and then it just gets denied.
Yeah, and the goal lead is increasing here because Parker is farming everything. There's no real threat to hunt him before the Blink Dagger is done. And Illich, I think after farming this stack, will probably get it. But yeah, it feels like they might be a bit too late. They need the next moves to connect, or else Parker, like the whole SF is squishy argument might fall underwater because he's going to be super strong.
Well, Misho is going to spot him out, but he doesn't really, like, there's no one to back it up for a kill. Illich is, I think, getting his Blink Dagger delivered right now.
He's so low, though. Feels like he...
They also have Lasso, so if the Shadow Fiend would have walked a little bit forward, they might have been able to get the 2 support kill on him, but he's got a lot of HP.
Nice too, thank you. So that's the second Vendetta in again, where he's literally just watching the Shadow Fiend farm. Like, they're not accomplishing anything with this Nyx.
Vendetta is about to end.
Oh, oh, they're going. Oh, they're going.
Running in. There's going to be the stun coming up onto Parker. Are there any TPs? Lasso's going to hold him in place inside the Wukong's command.
Oh, thank you.
A lot of damage. RP gets thrown out. They use everything and the kitchen sink. There is a hook shot, though, from Schofield going in for Pike. The Monkey King is going to be held at bay. Sunstrike comes in as well. The Monkey will be taken down. And Divine Llama still has Black Hole, so they have to be careful of any moves going forward.
Oh, what about the Wisdom Rune? No one went to the right side, so... They...
El Misho Vendetta gets himself out of there. Is going to grab the Wisdom.
Nicely done.
So they make it a safe laner for a safe laner, which... You'd still take that trade, taking down Parker.
Yeah, you took him first. You forced literally every TP there. Obviously the Black Hole wasn't used, But as we said, it's pretty hard for the Violet to find those opportunities. So the fact that it's not used might actually kind of hurt Heroic, because you kind of want to reset that and allow everything to go back to status quo. So Beastcoast, they get to use their spells and Heroic don't. But if you get this mid tower, then it doesn't matter. And with the Alpha Wolf plus Alacrity, that's enough damage.
Yeah, they do take it down. Comparatively, like, they struggle to take objectives on Beastcoast with their lineup. That's not the same for Heroic. They've got SF, especially once he gets to level 50 talent. Velko with the Alacrity and the main summons, and obviously the Enigma and Bench. So much push and even Roche capabilities for them.
So that's right.
Yeah, it's only a level 3 big sword, so it doesn't really do too much.
He gets to TP out. Will Heroic Roche, right? Because they have this Alpha Wolf, they have drums, they have Alacrity. I think they might be at a point where they can force that. RP is going to be back in 12. So maybe they're late. But it feels like they're posturing for Roche.
I don't think they're... I mean, they have a very good Roche contest lineup on the side of Beastcoast, but I don't think you even want to try to contest it. Moose is just done with his Blink Dagger. Schofield is right next to him as well.
Oh. Vendetta is available. They dropped the sentry, but...
Oh,
he's
Misho.
kinda... Oh, they see him, they see him, they see him.
He is gonna get the charge in forward, gets the stun on him just off the mark to possibly get the steal going.
Still worth it though. They know that literally the whole Heroic is there. They're gonna get this mid tower for free. Lumpy is going for that Manta though.
Yep, Manta into Ags. I mean, Manta, it's not a bad item to get rid of Malefice, for instance, or the Invoker's pesky little cold snap spam.
Yeah, it's fine. It's very slow, and if I don't think Heroic wants to play that slow anymore. But yeah, Parker getting closer to level 15. That's usually when you see the Shadow Fiends just posturing for all of the towers, and there he is, ready to hit.
Pike did, by the way, go for the Echo Saber build. So Echo Saber Deso into
Deso.
BKB.
Interesting.
Oh, top side, lasso drag onto Parker, gets skewered underneath the tower, and there's the Aether Remnant as well. Can he get himself out of there? BKB is... Sorry, the Aegis is still available, so he will have a second life. Can they defend him? Hook shot in, nice catch. There's
good separation.
Requiem gets dodged. They actually get pushed back into the cogs, and they lose Illich. That meteor was on point. Pike is now trying to disengage. Gets a boundless strike to heal up a little bit. But Lumpy now needs to run to safety. Lumpy is dead. Moose will find Schofield as at least a consolidation kill.
I think that I black hold and canceled instantly, because...
Yeah, it seems so.
Well, it happens with the best of us. Tier 2 tower will fall. Dude, it was so close. Like, that was a perfect hook shot from... Oh, it was just a perfect hook shot. It just pushed the Magnus away enough where the RP wasn't going to clip Parker. And then they get that beautiful Meteor with the
Requiem combo. Yeah, that was beautiful. It's lucky that the monkey didn't die there. I mean, he did build Echo Saber, so he does have that extra HP.
Has the shovel.
And now
as well.
Deso is about to be done.
Oh, Moose gets found.
Sunstrike in, and Moose will lose his life.
Okay.
But it does really show that the SF needs to be careful. He is definitely killable. Especially now that the Deso is done on the monkey.
Yeah, without a second life, he has to be very careful.
Analog in mid. El Misho walks around. Gets the damage, but actually they immediately disengaged on Lumpy. Nice force staff to get himself up the high ground. Didn't go for the Dagon first item, surprisingly enough.
Yeah, against the clock, right? You want to be able to help your course. So I think it makes sense. We're probably going to see the monkey can get a shard before the BKB even, just so they also have another tool to take him out of the cogs as they're TPing. People here, they really want to defend this tier 2. Parker thinks it's going to be a free tower. It will.
And yeah, he gets a freebie there. Schofield cutting all the trees as well with the cogs.
El Micho.
So the monkey has nowhere to play. El Micho will be spotted out on the side. In the meantime, Lumpy is trying to push out the tier 2 tower mid. Make them rotate to try and defend their pieces. And also make sure that the tier 2 tower mid doesn't get secured for Heroic.
Alright, so... Looks like Illich is just going straight up BKB. Needs to... Oh, speaking of Illich.
Okay, gets the skewer back. Parker's going pretty deep here.
Oh my lord!
Requiem is going to get fully casted. Moose has a blink dagger at the ready, but they don't have the Magnus RP. He does have a buyback.
Dude, Lumpy's in the like super far away. He had to cancel the TP, so Heroic just gets to do whatever they want here.
They're putting pretty good pressure on the side of Heroic.
Yeah, they really are. The Enigma
El
now has a
Micho.
5.
They're going to go in on King Jungles. The stun doesn't land, though, and that means he's going to be able to heal up. It's only a level 1 Wisp, but he'll be fine.
Yeah, that's a really greedy Enchantress build, which has been working fine. Amplify damage on Lumpy. Just gotta make sure that it doesn't get dispelled, which is very easy. They have Enchant and Tornado.
Oh, El Micho. This is so scary for him. He's pretty much right there. If they place Observer Ward, he's dead.
Oh, if he walks... Oh, the courier doesn't? Okay, I thought the courier was
courier doesn't have that much vision, luckily enough.
Yeah. Alright. Very sneaky.
By going for that BKB next.
Another tier 2
Really
ball.
needs the BKB. I mean, Lumpy needs the Ags. Pike needs the BKB. Lumpy probably even needs BKB afterwards.
Well, it's gonna take a while because his eggs is not even close to completion. Illich BKB though. That's the next timing here for Beastcoast to go for a move. 300 gold away. Smoke into an RP. Kill the Shadow Fiend. The thing is, there is Blink now on the Enigma, so he could try and counter initiate.
Oh, Pike. He does have the shard, so gets out of the cogs. But he is definitely going to be a goner. And that's a really big pickup. Parker's completely... Well, I mean, he only has King Jungles nearby, but now that the monkey is dead, you're really going to be lacking the damage to get the kill.
Yeah, and he has 3000 HP in minute 22. So, Parker's very happy with the state of this game. I mean, even if you get that skewer back, you probably need to... Like, you need to chain all of your stuns perfectly, because if he gets those satanic hits off, he's going to be healing for so much. He has the Fire Fangs on top of it.
Lumpy doesn't have Manta Style right now. Nanlog has Cold Snap ready to use. Lumpy's also being drained of his mana. And Hookshot for Schofield's up. El Micho?
What is happening?
They're trying to keep them occupied while bottom side, they steal the Tormentor on Heroic. Like, they get the Tormentor while this is all going on the left side of the map.
Such a weird... Like, I don't know what Beastcoast expects to happen at bottom side. Maybe they wanted to force some TPs, but... Oh,
they do find Parker. RP gets used. They have the lasso. Black hole in response, though, from Devi. Moose
oh, the Requiem!
The Requiem on top, and Illich and Pike both dead. Huge black hole catch there from Devi Lama to turn it around. And they can just walk up the high ground at this stage.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it. That blink on Devi, allowing the counter initiation. Because the Nyx was on the left side, harder to cancel the black hole. Lasso was up for moves, but just couldn't really find the angle. And now, is this Barracks? It might be. There's no RP. 20 seconds, no Monkey King and Magnus.
Yeah. You're not going to be able to stop him. That Satanic is going to be a bit too much. As well, he's going for Butterfly next. This Shadow Fiend is huge. Absolutely huge. Doesn't even need BKB. It's not necessarily a great game for BKB anyway, but... El Micho spotted in mid by Devi. Trying to cut the creep wave. Sunstrike's going to connect. TP attempt, but the Sunstrike gives vision and he dies because of it.
I mean, this is pretty over. BKB
Skewer
skewer doesn't.
drag back. There's going to be the lasso onto Parker. Can they kill him off in time? He is taunted still. We'll try to sit down to heal up, but the stun lock is perfect on the mark. Lumpy jumping in back and forth, and they will find the kill onto Parker.
I mean, they still got 2 lanes of barracks. This feels like a pretty minor achievement here for Beastcoast.
Oh, El Misho won't be able to get a catch here. Has the stun available. Doesn't want to throw it out just yet. Ooh, that's actually pretty nice. Attempt. Walks onto the cogs with his spike carapace to make sure that Schofield gets slowed down. But yeah, this is disastrous for Beast Coast right now. This Parker is incredibly huge, but also it's not the main focus. You still have to be very careful with Black Hole.
Oh, Schofield, what the hell?
Illich just dies. Schofield hook shot catch, Sunstrike in kill.
How did they even? Oh yeah, they have that ward. There you go. Our Moose takes it out. That's how they spotted the Magnus. Roche is up. It is dire side. RP will be up when the Magnus spawns. I feel like they actually need to fight Roche. If the Shadow Fiend gets to hit the tower with Aegis, I feel like he can just brute force it. As hard as it's going to be, I think it's actually better to fight in the pit. I mean, you have like Nyx, Batrider, Magnus, Monkey. I would say the team fight is actually better in the pit than Heroics is.
Yeah, except for the Black Hole. That one's still very scared. Defy Llama actually, he has the BKB node. The next item wants to make the Aghanim Scepter, so you get the big AoE extra on the Black Hole that sucks people in. Plus percentage-based damage. Lumpy dodges the
Let's have an eggs.
hook shot. Lasso drag. Lumpy Schofield is going to get put in a rough position. And
Crimson Guard
will lose his life to Pike in the very, very, very end.
Okay. Buyback on the clock.
El Misho.
Alright, can they re-engage? They have RP. You need to... I mean, ideally you need to find Parker and Davai, because I'm not sure they spotted that BKB on the Enigma, as you said, but that's a very scary proposition of a fight.
Yeah, they're going to walk into the... They can't just walk in the pit. They take it very quickly. King Jungle's, aka KJ, even has the Dark Troll Summoner for the Raised Dead damage buff.
I think you need to fight if your Beast goes... Are they out of smokes? They are. Yeah, maybe that's it. I guess without smokes, they don't feel comfortable to go for this.
They also don't have Lasso, which is a very crucial aspect to try and get the kill onto the Shadow Fiend. And Defy Llama crashing again. That's got terrible internet, even though he is staying in South America.
Oh, poor Davai. I mean, he's playing Enigma. You know, when Enigma was my favorite hero, I hated to play NA with it because it, like, everything that is micro base when you're too leggy, like sometimes, like if I was using my Eidolons and I wanted to use the courier, it wouldn't swap fast enough when I use the hotkey. And then you don't drag your courier when you want to. Like some commands just don't proc, and I'm not sure if they fixed that at some point. But it's pretty annoying, so I understand why he would be, making sure that he has the best ping possible.
I think he just crashed.
Oh, yeah, maybe he did.
Hopefully he'll be back soon. I mean, they are playing, as you mentioned, on a little bit of a LAN setting there. All grouped up together, so it shouldn't take too long. He is back. Yeah, with El Misho dead, this next assassin really has very little impact this game. Hasn't been able to get any catch. Has the shard now, which is kind of nice that he has the break on attack, but it's hard to make anything work.
He had the chance to have a lot of impact. He was really low level, and he still got level 6 at like minute 11, I think. But he had no one to play with, because Void Spirit literally farmed a Manta for 9 minutes. The Magnus got destroyed, had no game. And even the Monkey King, right? They took his tower fairly early. Wasn't really ready to fight. So I think his low impact mostly comes from the fact that Beastcoast got handle in the lane.
No, they are going to get that Aegis plus banner, and that means you can just drop the banner and go for the Lasso Rex. It's still dangerous because Lasso and RP can put you in a very rough position. Moose is very nearby as well, looking to get a jump into the pit, but the timing is off. They knew something funky was up. And he'll go for the TP.
Nicely done.
Gets the TP out. Sunstrike's not going to connect.
Yeah, that area is so weird. Like that shouldn't
One
be
little
allowed.
mini cliff. Like
Yeah. Oh, shield
Pike is
room.
almost done with his BKB. Shield room for analog. Lumpy to disengage. Almisho is nearby. Analog would be a really nice kill, but he has the Mage Slayer, so
hard. Yeah. Mage Slayer Shield Rune, like he has 5,000 HP for all we know.
They went for it. And now Illich is gonna get
Illich.
left behind. He has a buyback available, but he is a goner. While in the meantime, Parker's just pushing.
Huh.
No one from his team is there.
I think you need to lasso buyback right now, or
And lasso drag, buyback comes out. Parker trying to man fight. Pike has the Wukong. They're going to skewer him back. That's going to be his first life. But or is it? Has the satanic jumping gets used? And Parker. He's just man fighting them completely. Hookshot's not going to connect, but Pike is in trouble. BKB's not going to keep him going, and Parker just keeps on going. They shut it down, and game number 3 will be going towards Heroic. And this time, Parker does not need no BKB. Parker, with the last pick, Shadow Fiend, did really show up, which I show up at like the Enchantress, for instance, in the earlier parts of the game, the Voker, the SF even, but considering Parker's build last game, he is going to get a lot of HP.
yeah. And you know what is another big problem this game? They are against an Invoker. So mana for Offlane Terrorblade is one of the biggest problems this hero has. And you're going to be playing 2 EMP. So it's not going to be easy here for Illich to get those Thunders. It feels like that's like the biggest aspect of this hero, besides the fact that he pushes waves well and he sort of scales. But every game that we cast, at least in SA, it feels like the game's over in 25 minutes. Like the Terrorblade either goes pipe and he loses fights, or it's forced to go carry and the game's over anyways.
Yeah, normally you see them walk in and they're like, I got a big Sunder play, and then the one he Sundered still dies and he dies immediately afterwards, and yep, that did nothing. Because normally when you're... I am hoping that Illich will surprise us here.
Yeah, he has to. I feel like a lot of this game is in his hands. A lot of it is on Pike as well, and he's going to be enabled. Like, this is another game where they are countering the Vi Lama's hero. We'll see how he's going to perform this time around.
And Lumpy wants to grab the bounty, will not be able to secure it, but
Schofield
Schofield
on
on
the
the
other
side is going to get jumped. Snowball in, they're just going to all group up together, and Schofield should still falter. Tree gets thrown, Lumpy gets first blood, and that's going to be his bottle almost immediately done.
That's pretty bad. You learn Snowball level 1 and you still feed. Might as well not done that. Spike finds the Vi here.
Yeah, Devi getting bullied back. Pike does a lot of damage with that tar bomb. And Devi is going to TP out. Bottom side, King Jungle still being chased by Moose. What is up with all these early game just chases that last forever?
Welcome to South America, my friend.
I mean, top is now a solo SF against TV. Wow, he just randomly started talking Dutch.
Oh, by the way, we didn't actually get to talk about it. Shopify literally 3-0 Atlantic City, even though they got thrown to the lower bracket.
Yeah, but you know, it's all about the finals anyway.
No. It's yeah, sure. It's just kind
It's
of
the first thing
surprising.
they qualify, right? For that's
Yeah,
pretty nice.
it is. Yeah, new players, or most of them being new players. Pretty cool.
Yeah, their off laner used to be safe laner in my team. He's a
Good
pretty
flex.
nice guy. I think he's like 17 years old. He was like 16, 15 maybe when he played for us. 16.
Where is he from?
Ukraine. Yeah, he is living in the Netherlands right now, actually, in Utrecht
Oh.
at the, I think at the Liquid facilities.
Oh, that's awesome. Schofield.
Yeah, Schofield's in trouble.
Bye-bye.
And taken down.
All right, so Beastcoast, 2 kills from the get-go. This tiny Giga enabled by that first blood. Things are looking pretty good.
And now finally they have someone TPing top to help Illich because he was the kind of left in that area alone. King Jungle's joining the fun.
By the way, Davai Lama, no board build, just trying to counter the counter. So Pyke won't be able to death pact any creeps.
Yeah, he's going for the drums. Unsurprising. That's probably going to mean that you're going to get a pipe on the Terrorblade.
Yeah, I'm assuming so.
Oh, Davai is going to get chased down. Moose has the cog. Ooh, doesn't catch him in the cogs.
Unlucky.
That's a little bit of a whiff there. Might have been a possible kill there on Davai.
Still though, Davai Lama with 15 CS. Kind of crazy that he's still doing this well despite all the pressure.
Yeah, Schofield as the snowball is going to be the chase for the Lotus to be picked up by Pyke. They're going to snowball in onto Pyke. The Klings does have death back, so he can jump around. Still has 13 magic wand charges. Will do the jumping, though tag team damage is pretty hefty, and Pyke is on the run here. Slows down Schofield. Will lose his life regardless. And Moose, can he get the kill onto the Tusk? In range, Roche is up. Moose doesn't have the mana yet, does have cogs available. And will hold Schofield in place. He's going to push him towards Roche. But Schofield healed up with the healing salve, and he's actually out of trouble right now.
Okay, there's the Kerr in the mix as well here. Roche gives up on the chase. No mana for battery assault.
I don't really know what Moose is doing.
Yeah.
Schofield has a snowball if he wants to, but that was an interesting engagement. And in the meantime, topside, El Micho, same story, was being hunted by the Enchantress.
Parker is still having a really good game, but as we said, that reflection on his aura, that's really what they're kind of banking on. They gave the Shadow Fiend in hopes of having this interaction, so it's definitely annoying for Parker.
Yeah, it's the TB is actually doing a really good job as well
Jinx.
at least in terms of harass. El Misha just straight up dies to the tower. That's wild. He throws out a stun onto Parker, and then the tower sees him, and then it kills him. Cool.
But yeah, that's not ideal.
It's definitely not ideal at the very least.
Dude, this reflection is hurting Parker though. It's super annoying. Can actually cast it from fog as well, so he doesn't get the one charge. A lot of cast range on the reflection.
And bottom side, Pyke is going to go for the Deso this time around. In mid, there's a gank onto Analog.
There's also Schofield rotation top.
Can they kill off Analog? He is dropping low. And Lumpy will get the toss up. They get the kill, but they did lose Moose. And in the meantime, El Micho drops in top lane to Parker.
Yeah,
Oh,
unfortunate.
Lumpy being chased by Schofield. Lumpy needs a bottle refill. And Lion doesn't have a TP. Ooh.
Sag.
Lumpy.
If he goes
Very
base, he's
scared
gonna
right now.
lose the rune as well. Oh, they glyph the creeps. Oh,
God. It's the
That's
range
terrible.
creep drop in there. That experience in gold. He doesn't want to go back. Needs actually the bounty rune or a bottle refill, but none of the supports can help him there. And that's going to be a lot of pressure on the tower because it also has a catapult wave. KJ is even tanking the tower hits.
Beautifully done. Clockwork, Mr. Tornado.
Tornado actually hits onto El Micho in the back end.
Oh, and
But there is
TP.
going to be Pike TPing in. A big surprise. Nice two-man stun comes out. Snowball in. Analog Voker is going to get taken down, and he did just respawn as well. King Jungles, that shield rune might be able to keep him alive. Moose is going to keep on chasing. Has Battery Assault and Power Cogs in a second. Nice Air Spike. And King Jungles is going to be actually the second one caught. Doesn't get the suicide to the neutrals.
Great. I mean, that Pike rotation saved this game. Lumpy was about to be so sad if they took that tower. And yeah, he really changes the game. They're going to pressure this mid-tier 1. And Pike's still having an overall good game. Sure, his CS might not look good, but his net worth is actually tied with Parker at the moment.
But guess what the supports are missing on Beastcoast side? 7 minutes have passed. No experience rune. And now you're playing Clockwork. Level 3 at 7 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, that feels really bad. We talked about it. Like, every game, Heroic just having their number in that category of the game, and it's not gonna change this time around. Oh, smoke. Interesting smoke. No mana on Lutbug. He has a soul ring, I guess.
Yeah, it's at least enough to be able to get some spells
Parker's
going.
kind of low.
The Lich has the Metamorphosis available, and actually could even go for the Sunder level if he wants to.
Vailama TP. No range for the Roar.
Sunder onto King Jungles, but there's the disengage attempt. Analog with the EMP. El Micho and Moose both taken down. The supports falter. Lumpy needs to try and disengage from that fight, but there's even Schofield TPing through. Has the Ice Shards, has the Snowball. Lumpy, it gets the Knight in front of him. He's
they want to get Barker.
Barker topside, he's being left alone. Illich and Pike both going in. Illich almost actually gets taken down, but towards mid, Lumpy is going to be the other one falling. So, you know, you kill Parker once more when he respawns, and you'll never buy BKB again.
Well, yeah, I mean, if there was one game where they won, it was the game where they killed Parker the most. So, I don't blame their decision-making there, but they will lose the tower in return. And, interesting, like we were talking about mana, Pike actually has Arcane Boots, and we always talk about the fact that he's the guy that will fix whatever wrinkle they have in the drafts, and I really feel like this Arcane Boots says a lot about his way to think about being a carry.
I'm actually curious if it's the Kling's build-up item anyway. It is actually the default Kling's build item. Oh,
I've seen a lot of treads though, but tread soul ring because you get the healing from your.
I mean, it depends. If he has engulfing step, you go for the mana. He has the engulfing step.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean it's 56% arcanes, 42% tread, so yeah, pretty much dead even. But it definitely helps against the EMP this game because mana will be a problem. Very low mana pool cores.
Yeah, they're definitely struggling. We see the tiny out of mana the entire time. But they're keeping the net worth very even though it feels like Heroic have more control with how aggressive they are. And, of course, the support levels are going to be a big factor.
We'll find Heroic did go up to the left rune. Left side of the rune.
Devi Lama also is done with 2 pieces of his Ag, so it's going to be at a very decent timing where Devi gets the Drums of Slam available.
With that said, Desolator will be up on Pike for like in 2 minutes probably.
El Micho gets a nice kill there. He's actually just farming the Radiant jungle, the straight up jungle, not even like triangle sneaky, but gets a kill while El Micho walks by on the low ground. And Pike. That is one of the cooler things though about having a Klings. The backdoor potential in late game is huge.
Especially with Deso. This is definitely a very aggressive Clinks build he's going for here. Lumpy, Blink Dagger-wise, still very late these days. You know, with Tiny's getting Soul Ring, upgrading Wand. It takes longer. So this is probably going to be like a 13, 14-minute Blink Dagger if things go according to plan.
Lumpy is gonna go for the Echo Saber afterwards, it seems. So more of the physical damage, Tiny, instead of the Kanda build.
Yeah, I like it. Elmisha's still not level 6, so that Wisdom Rune still haunting them a little bit. I mean, dude, Moose is level 4.5. That's really the problem here for Beastcoast. The goal lead isn't that big, but they cannot make any moves.
They need the Clockwork level 6, and honestly also the Lion for the finger damage. But Illich is having a really good time just farming freely topside. Is going to go for that pipe as expected.
Yeah, that's going to be nice. The Invoker damage is mostly magical, as you said, the Beastmaster as well, so if he gets it at a good time, the team fights will be hard. He's going to be hard to be bursted as well. Pipe costs a lot of mana, though. Definitely, I mean, mana is such a problem this game.
Yeah, and there's not really any way to fix it, except for Lion getting the shard, and then in the mid-team fight just giving you mana.
Yeah. Mid lane is very low. Lumpy is slowly trying to get it, and there we go. Deny from Analog.
Well, there's the Deso done on Pike. So now there's going to be a lot of damage more on the Clinks for any of these earlier engagements. Clockwork still closing in on... Yeah, they just can't make a play without the Clock 6. It's impossible. Or the Tiny
I mean,
Blink.
if you think about it, if they get a good fight with like Reflection on Parker and Deso, they're working with minus 14 armor. It is going to be really scary for Heroic. You know, even this Ench, like if you're working with minus 14 armor, you're still going to die to right clicks.
Yeah. If Invoker is going for it. This is he's going for Mage Slayer, which I can understand, because if the Tiny is going for like the physical magic damage build, it's pretty good, but it does nothing against TB and Clinks.
Yeah, it's an interesting choice for sure. This game, I guess he feels like he's going to be the target of Tiny. Does make him pretty tanky, but I think if he gets tossed back, he might just still die anyways. This is a good 4-step game. Like, this is a good Hurricane Pike game for the Invoker. I'm assuming his next item is either that or BKB.
I would assume Hurricane Pike, you want to get out of the cogs as well.
Yeah.
Pike's going Shard next for the Burning Barrage. Do they have any, like, juicy stacks? No, but Elmisha does grab the XP rune. Yay! Wisdom! They are level 6 now, but... Yeah, there's not really any threat here. Divine Lama does have his Drums of Slam available, so they can... In 30 seconds, once it goes nighttime, they'll probably go for Roche soon on Heroic.
Yeah, that Tusk definitely makes things much easier. Max level tag team. But yeah, it feels like Beastcoast, they are in no rush. They do have a lot of scaling, and the pipe is done. I actually think Beastcoast can fight in Roshan Pit if they're able to scout Heroic in time, which they should. They have this Clockwork, so it shouldn't be too hard for them to get an idea of where Heroic is.
But they're playing so very far away. They're going to smoke up. I mean, they can take Roche down as well. They have Deso. So if Pike would rotate through... Look at this where Pike is hiding as well. He was staying bottom lane, just very far away so that he doesn't get ganked. They have no vision of the dire heroes, so they don't know where they are. They thought they were going for Roche at the moment it turned nighttime, which was kind of a good read, but obviously Heroic decided not to do that.
Also, Pike got the Shard. Very good against the Enchantress. So, this is a good timing for Beastcoast. I like the fact that they're smoking, especially that pipe. This 2k goal lead, I still feel like Beastcoast might have the edge if the fight goes their way. And now... they just did Pike. Like, he's gonna have to walk the entire map. He will cut mid. But as soon as he connects, maybe they will try to bait Heroic into a fight.
His ace rune gets killed off by the Forge Spirit. They really just don't want to give away a single rune on the side of Heroic.
Poor Lumpy.
He was ready to get that bottle refill and make sure he had a haste available, but nope. He does have the blink. Pike is slowly but surely getting there so that they can go for Roche. It's not like there's any big fighting tools for Heroic to disinterrupt it. Tusk doesn't have a blink dagger anytime soon. They're actually going to go for the tier 2 tower.
Alright. If they can get this, then it's much harder for Heroic to contest. They're all mid. No BKB in sight. Yeah, I think this is gonna be tier 2 and Roche, unless Heroic wants to say something about it, which they will. They smoke.
Yeah, they have the blink available on device, so they have blink roar at the ready.
Protection. What the hell? Oh no, this is taking too long now.
And now they have the TP possibility in case they die as well. El Misho, there's going to be the observer play. Smoke is going to get broken. They spot Schofield.
Lumpy.
Lumpy gets the toss back with the Hex mid-air onto Schofield. Taking down the Roar, gets thrown out onto Pike. The Sunstrike as well. Illich metamorphoses. He also has the Sunder save. You should not forget that. Moose will hook shot himself back. And Schofield actually needs to be careful not to die back. In the meantime, there's going to be the barrage coming out from Pike. And yeah, that's going to be Schofield left behind.
This might be a Roche here for Beastcoast.
That's a straight up dieback. No roar for Devi.
Yeah. They are TPing the tiny mid, so maybe... He wants the rune, man, and I think it's going to be denied again. Oh, there we go. Finally.
Okay, this time Analog won't be fast enough.
King Jungles, though. Oh, good little whirlwind there.
Caught inside the cogs, but the cogs are already immediately blown up because Devi has those boars to... They might have actually killed off all the cogs. You don't see that too often. And Lumpy dies in mid. But they will get the tower even denied for good measure.
Alright. Second deny of the game here for Heroic, but... Can they Roche? Cooldowns are coming back. Roar's gonna be literally up now, so it might not be that easy for Heroic to get it anymore.
Yeah. There's no metamorphosis for Terrorblade for 70 seconds. You meant for Beastcoast, by the way. Lumpy dying. Like, they could have gotten Roche easily, and now it's just gonna get gifted to Heroic.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it will. The Clockwork's TPing, I guess he can maybe make Heroic second guess themselves. Meta, though, still on cooldown for 42. I guess Illich is... Illich is gonna force bottom instead of addressing that fight. No, he's TPing, never mind.
Okay, they're looking for a fight. The cogs thrown out in towards the pit to get the vision. Devi Lama. It is dropping low. They have the hookshot available, but Moose is being blocked at the moment. And a pause because someone needs to check his computer.
That PC is cursed.
Devi is like, they gave him the worst PC at that at the facilities.
Oh my god. Well, so Moose cannot hookshot. There's a Tusk in front of him. I think this is just a free Roche for Heroic. The question is whether Beastcoast can take a fight. Still 24 seconds for Metamorphosis. So I think this is a... You kind of want to poke. You don't want to let them TP out. But you cannot just engage.
Yeah, they're looking to make a play here.
Maybe a toss back from Lumpy. I think King Jungles is a good target.
Yeah, King Jungles dying would be nice. Or if he manages to get the toss back onto Schofield, so that Moose can hook shot in. That would be pretty interesting. Actually, he
Oh,
hook
wow.
shots Schofield immediately. They're going to go for the Tusk. He is going to die back in a second. The roar comes out onto Lumpy. He's
Snowball.
out of mana, actually.
Look at Pike!
And a lot of damage. Parker almost gets taken down. Pike is just pumping damage from the side, but they lose 3. And now it's all on Pike and
so
Illich
close.
running forward. Divine Llama actually healing so much thanks to the Drums of Slam. And they're going to be forced to back off unless Pike wants to go for the Burning Barrage up the high ground. Might get... Oh, he finds a kill on Schofield.
Oh, he gets stuck!
in trouble. And Divine Llama is going to try and run away. We'll get the TP on the side. Roche is going to get taken down. Parker is about to secure it. And Pike
gonna
is
die,
running
though.
in. Gets the
TP
force
out.
F behind and will get the TP to safety. They save the age. That was wild. That damage from Pike. Whew.
Oh, with all of the vision of reflection as well. Holy moly! I mean, that was the worst case scenario for Beastcoast because instead of poking past the Aegis Falling, hook shot into the Tusk, the Tiny goes towards that area. They all clump up. It ends up being pretty bad for Beastcoast. Metamorphosis wasn't up. But at the end of the day, it's not a bad fight. It's not a bad fight. They will get the Wisdom Rune here, heroic.
Yeah, it was, I mean, the hook shot, the start of the fight was terrible for them as well for Beastcoast. The hook shot and the only catch that they managed to make was Schofield that was blocking the entry. Roar comes out. They get EMP drained on the Tiny and the
They want to
easiest
steal the
of that stage.
Stormenter. They actually push the entirety of Heroic back. They're going to get this tier 2. Is Heroic willing to contest the Tormentor is the question.
Beastmaster's not there, and that's the important one. They need the Blink
he's
Roar.
TPing though.
And
Smoke around. Beastcoast, this might be too much.
would have been nice. I mean, to be fair, they could have actually killed it in time and been away, but it's too risky there.
Yeah, you never know. Good position by Illich. Has that pipe. Has a force F as well.
Roar gets thrown out, and Elmisho's dropping low, will be found out. The snowball goes deeper. There's still an Illich under if need be. Lumpy gets over the ice shot block. Pike is out of mana, which could be a bit problematic, but does have the great to healing Lotus. Illich gets the Sunder off onto Analog. Requiem of Souls comes through. And they're trying to still chase. Moose almost has his cogs at the ready, but Pike is just going to jump to the side, and they're going to bail out from this fight.
Still smoke though. Snowball and Tornado.
He is in a lot of trouble. Has the Hurricane Pike. To the low ground he goes. Schofield needs to be careful because Barrage could kill him quickly, but... Okay, that sidestep was neat. However, another dust is going to kill him.
They get
they
it tier
got
2.
nothing.
They force Heroic to fight on their side of the map, but still a good fight for Heroic nonetheless. They get lots of kills and they're going to get the Tormentor at the end of the day.
Yeah. At that stage, you might have just wanted to commit for the Tormentor.
It's tough. You don't know where they are.
True.
I guess the problem there was the Lion was the first target to die, and he did go for this Blink Dagger. So they're all on this we want to kill Parker type situation, but he only has 1 death. Parker has been very good with his positioning. Schofield, on the other hand.
Okay, they will find Schofield once more. Parker walking forward. Analog's here as well. Amisho's going to get taken down. Illich on the run. EMP will not connect. And Illich... You know, Illich also hasn't died a single time. His build is Pipe, Shard, Force Staff.
The
Goes
thing
for the
is...
Hurricane Pike, obviously, but it looks weird.
Yeah, it really is. The thing about this game is, despite the 5k gold they don't heroic, Mr. Gaben is giving them 66% win probability. So, this Terrorblade, slowly scaling, has not died just yet. 007. This has been the best Terrorblade performance we've cast by a mile. And I think...
That is true, but that's because the rest were terrible.
Yeah, the rest was absolutely terrible, but it's average. So now we're gonna even things out. I still feel like Beastcoast has a lot of gas. I think Tiny really is the one here that needs to get back to farming a little bit, finish this BKB. Lumpy, he's not farming a lot. He's not getting a lot of kills because the heroes in Heroic are kind of tanky. Even King Jungles with a 1200 HP.
Smoke broken. Get spotted by the Observer Ward. They fall back. And that smoke gank has whiffed.
Alright.
Or has it? Okay, Elmisho loses life. Moose trying to get away. Force-staffed forward, but also shots at the same time. But they did roar for that kill on the line. I'm surprised that they still managed to get a kill.
Yeah. Look at Parker.
Oh my...
what the...
What? Illich gets tossed in by Lumpy?
Is
that
fine?
Schofield?
They get Schofield.
Why is Schofield doing that the entire... Dude's played an amazing series, and then in this game, he just completely loses it.
It's the Tusk mindset, bro. You wouldn't understand.
Yeah, just snowball everything you see.
Oh, yeah.
It will work out eventually.
Snowball while they sleep, is what they say. So, Orchid, next item here for Pyke. Very good against the Tusk, as we said. He is yet to finish his blink.
Yeah, he has the Chrysalis, so that Burning Barrage is gonna hurt heavily. I have seen... Oh, Schofield on the run. There's not anything connecting anymore. But I have seen, earlier in the tournament, when we saw the only other Klinks play, he did go for the Kanda build that game.
Oh. Interesting.
So, is that an option here, or do you think just straight up Daedalus afterwards would be better suited?
Let me think. I think Daedalus is better this game. I think you have a lot of minus armor, especially with the reflection. So yeah, I actually do prefer the Daedalus, but he actually has a Lincoln queued up now. Just afraid of that roar.
Yeah, Roar is pretty pesky. Also analog the entire time with the cold snap spam to interrupt the burning barrage.
I guess doesn't find analog because he's invis.
Yeah, he just walked past the newly placed sentry and won't be getting spotted at all. Elmisho on the run. Pyke, same story. Got to disengage. They're so very close. In the meantime, Illich is pushing out mid with his main hero. Like, not even just only the illusions. He's just standing there. Okay, Demon Zeal, go ham.
He has a Hurricane Pyke now, so even more agility. Oh, look at that. Look at the pressure in the lanes.
Ground.
Pyke's here as well. Can they kill the... they might be able to kill this Tusk.
Yeah, but, you know, Tusk snowballs to dodge, and then Pyke will use this to get a little bit of damage on the tier 3 tower.
Dude, Heroics,
TPs.
They need more heroes here.
Yeah, otherwise it's getting a little bit too dicey, and Davai Lama, there's going to be a toss-up. They get the kill. There is... Oh. SF got interrupted on the TP. He can't join.
Oh, no.
But they're not dealing enough damage.
Okay, so no one dies. BKB and Roar used by Davai, and they kind of have an idea where Parker is. So, I guess, I mean, this is awful. This is a really long respawn timer for Roche. Beastcoast could have maybe abused this now that everyone from Heroic's back to their side of the map. But it is... Oh, they're gonna go top now.
The creeps are there. Davai is trying to defend it. Pyke pushing in. They're going to need a Crimson Guard on the Beastmaster just to keep the buildings alive, or, well, they might just drop regardless. Tier 3 tower goes down. They know there's still no TP on Shadow Fiend for 20 more seconds.
This is a nasty draft from Beastcoast, man. The siege.
Smoke broken. And there's the Walrus Punch in on the Clockwork inside the Cox. There's BKB available for Parker. Moose will try and disengage, but he is definitely going to die to Analog on the side. Illich TP's out, and they lose the one hero, or two actually, because Lumpy's in trouble. Pyke gets missed on that tornado. Elmisho now trying to disengage. Lumpy should be able to at least get out. They only lose supports.
Completely fine. Especially because Roche will be Radiant side. So Heroic, I think the best they can do is get this tier 2 mid. They're gonna try and posture. But respawn timers are very slow, very fast, and okay, there is BKB available for Parker. I thought that maybe he used it in the fight. That's still up. You need an Avatos if you want to kill Parker.
Yeah, there's the toss back onto Pike, a lot of damage, and he is going to get the force up to the high ground. Rec Room sends them all running back. They lose. Lumpy has no buyback available. Schofield's going to die once again, so that's not too problematic, but Parker surviving that.
That's Anjanyasha, man. It's the only reason. It's the only reason. So much HP, the status resistance as well. Gets all the spells off. Still, it is on cooldown now, unfortunately. Rosh... Oh, wait, it's 30 seconds. They can actually Rosh, and Heroic wouldn't be able to contest if they're fast.
And that's second Rosh. That's going to be the nice banner for the high ground push if they want to do it themselves. Obviously, they're going to have to be careful because this Clinks. I would assume Pike's just going to constantly keep the split push shenanigans going. Same with the TB. He can constantly keep pushing out the side lanes with the... It's a very disgusting draft. You are right. The illusions to cut the creep wave so that it pushes it closer towards the Dire's base, and then you have the Clinks just come in and... one fell barrage should be able to get the kill. The roar comes out onto Illich. Sunstrike comes in as well, but Illich has the Sunder onto Davai. Bye Davai. They will go in towards the Roche pit, and they have to hurry because it's going to get scouted
Can
out.
they get fast enough? I guess this was just a distraction. I think he literally fed intentionally, but the TPs are going to be fast enough.
Yeah, Lumpy will be able to spot all of them running away from the pit.
Okay, 7 seconds for Parker's BKB. He's gonna Shadow Blade wrap around. Beastcoast not in the pitches yet.
Lumpy is smoked up. Smoke's gonna get broken. Moose. They find Parker. Quickly go in for the kill. There's a lot of damage coming out.
Solar Crest.
Will get the Requiem cast off and sends them all packing. Moose feared off in the side. Illich will get the Metamorphosis cast off as well. The King Chung is going for the TP, but that is Roche going in favor of Beastcoast. And this is a big turnaround play coming out. One mistake from Davai Lama might have cost them everything.
I don't think it was a mistake. I think he just wanted to create a distraction for Roche. But the thing is, because it's a Radiant Roche, Beastcoast just TPs in. Like, the timing wasn't perfect. That maybe if he waited a bit more, Kurik would have enough time.
Yeah, but the thing is, they roared TB. He roared TB with the Sunstrike, and they were thinking we could kill him. Like, there's no way you can. He has a pipe. He doesn't care about your drums of Slav. There's not enough damage to kill the TB, and he has Sunder. So
I don't think it's about killing him. I think it's about just making sure
analog taken down. They're going to go in for Lumpy. The gem is going to get dropped. Davai Lama tries to secure it. He actually picks it up. The Ice Shards block's not going to be enough, and Davai is dead once again.
Oof, this clinks, man.
I mean, I understand what you're saying. It's just, maybe if they were already Roshing at that point, I would agree with you. But they weren't. He went before they started to go into Roche.
I guess so. They were, that's what I said with the timing, right? They needed to be ready when he went for it. Tormentor is up. No buyback on Davai. So they can actually poke high ground if they want to. I guess Pike is not there, though. They need the outpost, which they have.
He'll be able to TP in. He's close to finishing up the Daedalus as well. Still, the lead is for Heroic currently.
Yeah, the win probability, though. Don't Google that.
75%. Okay. Sorry, I Googled it. No, I just asked ChatGPT. They know the answer.
Look at that clinks. Holy moly.
Yeah, just summon an army of skeletons. And Illich is also, with the S and Y now, just running around the entire time. He hasn't died on this Airblade. Still 0 deaths.
Yeah.
Pike, he jumped in aggressively. That's not too great. Has the Aegis. Hurricane Pike is going to lose his first life. And Davai is ready with the roar. Lumpy, can he help him out? Pike is going to be left behind.
He does a Sunder.
The Sunder save is not anyways. And he is instantly deleted. Moose is going to be next. They're looking for Lumpy. Tornado is not going to connect on towards him. But they're on the disengage. And yeah, that That damage was intense.
I mean, Pike just he just griefed that push. He literally
That aggressive death pact was a very, very dumb move.
he just, dude, that was like 2 lanes of barracks probably, and now they lose 3 heroes. It's not like Heroic is gonna punish Beastcoast that much, but they're gonna give Heroic time, and it really felt like the ball was on Beastcoast's court this time around, and they're gonna waste a huge timing.
Yeah, they also didn't grab the Tormentor, so now the free shard going in the Beast Coast way.
Illich though, still 0 deaths as you said, going for a BKB now. I wonder if maybe the play is going greedier, like some butterfly.
So that's nice.
Oh, okay.
It's a good defensive tool as well, and
Yeah,
solid
he had
stats.
BKB, but this is definitely better.
And Lumpy is going to go for the AC. I mean, with that damage coming out onto the Clinks, it's understandable.
Side of Ice gonna be built on Analog. Shiva's on the Beast.
Devi's next item is going to be that Refresher Orb. Double Roar in a team fight. It's really the Roar that's doing them in. One bad Roar and you get blown up by this ridiculous damage dealing SF who doesn't even have crit yet.
It's insane, actually, how much damage it does. He had Alacrity. Like, without Alacrity, he has more than 400. Oh, he has like 500 with pretty much maximum attack speed.
Parker going for that Swift Blink next. And then, yeah, I guess replace the boots for something. He has the Silver Edge plus the Swift Blink already for mobility and the SNY.
Parker is pinging the bottom side here, maybe trying to split push in case Beast Coast goes too aggressive in the top side.
But they're ready.
Oh, they know.
In. They get the Hex
they
in.
know.
Stun comes out, Snowball, Schofield. Parker in response, they do lose El Micho. And
No hook.
Parker
Oh,
has
there is
the
hook
hook shot, goes in onto Parker, and Parker's dead. They read this like a freaking book, cover to cover, easy, all the pages read.
Yeah, look at that Radiant Ward. It was exactly what Parker was. This was placed a while ago by Moose, and they were able to... I mean, it's a Parker play, right? We saw so many BKB take barracks plays from Parker. He is just that type of player. And Bisco's just playing against that instinct of his. As now 69 seconds here for the Shadow Fiend. Will they buy back, or are they gonna blitz some barracks finally?
Lich has his Metamorphosis available. He's actually very close to finishing up the full Lincolns.
Damn.
Third in net worth, he's just a little bit behind Pike. And Pike is looking to go for the high ground push, but they actually really want that Lincolns before the high ground push. Because that Roar is very scary. Speaking of which, there's going to be the Roar catch. Can they kill him?
Where's the Thunder?
Cannot. Pike is just straight up dead. And now they have to back off. Lumpy's out of mana. Schofield, they might be able to get a kill onto him in response. Hookshot in from Moose. Sunder from Illich onto Lumpy to keep him alive, but they need to run right now. Tornado is not going to be able to connect. Yeah, they don't even need Parker there.
That was... Yeah, you were talking about the Lincolns, right? Imagine if they had that for the fight. You could potentially stop the Roar. The fight is completely different. So, once again, high ground proving to be a problem here. Heroic, very stable. They don't buy back the Shadow Fiend. They don't jump the gun. And Beastcoast not having all of their timings ready for that push.
Yeah, that's a definite big problem. Without the SF, so much damage being dealt. Enough to kill off Pike. I mean, Pike doesn't have anything defensive, really. I mean, Hurricane Pike, I don't even count as defensive.
So, the minus armor stacking up here. You have AC on the Tiny, alongside the Deso, alongside that reflection of the Shadow Fiend. The physical damage keeps ramping up, and they have Shivas on Beastmaster, but, you know, the armor only goes for him, and the attack speed slow actually doesn't really affect the Clinks. His Burning Barrage still gonna do damage just as fast.
Pike does have to be a little bit careful. I don't. He can't be the one hitting buildings anymore, unless he has
It's
that Lincoln
Aegis.
Sun.
Yeah, or the Lincolns for sure.
But on the side, I'm still baffled that Illich hasn't died.
He's a war machine. And
Didn't
he's the new
Sunder in
player,
time,
right?
though.
New coach, new player for Beastcoast. He is definitely delivering. I feel like he has looked very, very good. We usually talk about Pike a lot.
He's room picked right in front of Lumpy. The man and
Where's the Sunder?
his runes, the Sunder save attempt, but I mean, that might just cost Illich's life. That's the problem here. He's trying to run away. Lumpy is going to be killed off. Will buy back immediately. They're going to go for the fight here. Pike is going to get Warrior's Punch caught by Schofield. But the problem is he doesn't have a single target to focus down. Parker is losing his life. Reckham doesn't get cast, and Parker will falter. Pike needs to be careful, though. He is going to jump back to play a little bit safer. Illich is going to be charged at by Devilama. Devilama man fight, but Illich is too strong. Illich is too freaking strong. Will eventually die to KJ with the impetus spams. But KJ will slowly but surely tickle down. Buyback comes out from Illich. They want to finish the game right now. Parker doesn't have a buyback. He doesn't have the money. They're looking to finish it.
The melee barracks thanks to that banner, and now they're going tier 4s here. Buybacks on everyone but the Shadow Fiend. Oh, Beastcoast, you gotta be careful. You don't need to throw this.
Illich does not have another buyback. He does have a Sunder available. He's looking to go for Pike. Maybe no Pike is going to get taken down, and Illich Sunders up to Vilama. He needs backup. Illich is going to be a dieback if he falters, but there's Lumpy with a huge catch onto Divide. Divide will falter, and another chase. El Micho is out for the running as well, but the problem is the Clinks is back full circle. Illich is chucking up some damage onto the tier 4s, and still 30 seconds for Parker. They're pushing the tier 4s. Can they hold on? They have the Voker. He has some spells. It delays it with the fortification a little bit more.
It's way too much minus armor. It's not going to be enough. Look at those boys.
Meatball does a lot, but the fortification, yeah, they need it right now. It's not there, and that means we're going, indeed, Bowie, we're going to a game 5. This goes all the way with only a 6K lead, which was for Heroic at the end. That is definitely an interesting possibility. This game, I definitely expect also that Analog is going to go for the Mage Slayer, because you are up against the Bristleback, so you need Mage Slayer. You're up against the Earth Spirit, same story. A lot of spell damage coming out from those two heroes, especially in the earlier parts of the game.
Great Mage Slayer game for sure. It's pretty much what Analog has been doing most of these games, not necessarily focusing on scaling that much himself, but just being this cornerstone of the Parker draft. This time around, just based around the Dusa.
Now, one of the things as well this game that you can go for, even though it's significantly nerfed than it used to be, but Bristleback, you probably just go for the Ags and then Bloodstone. And then afterwards, Heaven's Halbert's a very good choice, even for the possible Earth Spirit. Like, Parker doesn't like building BKB and definitely doesn't want to build it on Dusa.
You don't heal from hitting the Dusa, right? Because you're actually not dealing damage. So maybe you want to go a different route. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what he'll do.
Yeah, and also they have the Muerta with the Pierce the Veil, so you also don't hit him. But Bloodstone just feels too much value.
Yeah. Not necessarily the greatest pipe game as well. We saw some like pipe bristles, but I don't think that's what Illich is going to do this time around. Yeah, I think Beastcoast and Heroic are very different teams. Like, Beastcoast, all of their 3 cores are able to, in different games with different drafts, to like pick up the slack, be more greedy, be less greedy, whereas Heroic, they are more formulaic in the way that Parker is always going to be the centerpiece. At the same time, though, I feel like the Heroic's hero pool is larger. They can definitely play around with more heroes than Beastcoast. So that is kind of the thing So far, haven't seen that much variety from Lumpy. But you know, our Spirit, great hero. We'll see how well he's going to play this time around.
Had a bit of a struggle on the tiny last game. A couple of times caught off guard, but I think he's a very solid Earth Spirit player.
Yeah.
As I've seen a couple of his games previously, and it's a good Earth Spirit game. Okay, he just drops all of his stone remnants in mid for fun.
Oh yeah, it is a very solid one. These supports, like if you just silence the Muerta, can kill her before she pops anything. They do have a lot of damage. They don't have that much burst on Beastcoast, which can be a problem when you have that much healing. So yeah, the Dusa doesn't care, but everyone else, they might survive these fights, and that's the problem with our Spirit. A lot of damage over time rather than burst.
So we got ourselves, of course, 3 interesting lanes where is going to be most of the fun action, Bowie.
Probably bottom. Have this shard plus flat cannon situation. This is a drinking buddies toss, by the way. So we're gonna see a lot of damage being done. I think this is the type of lane where they're just gonna drinking buddies, flat cannon, just do damage to everyone.
Yeah, it's definitely starting off with a nice harass. Yeah, drinking buddies. It's the first time in a very long time since I've seen drinking buddies be picked up again. But the flat damage buff is nice on Pike. Parker out of mana. Illich walking forward. Parker
is dead.
Yep. Illich gets first blood. El Misho on the run and should be able to get out of range of KJ.
Oh wow, that is not ideal.
And yeah, Illich, pretty happy with that one. That's kind of what I expected a couple of times today with the Batrider picks, where, you know, the Batrider pops him out of position and then you kill someone. However, this is the first time it actually works.
Yeah, Parker was a bit greedy though. He thought that the Bristle was not going to dive the tower, but once his creeps went under tower, he actually got the distance to get that last Quill Spray. So I do feel like that could have been avoided, but yeah, Parker is slightly too greedy in that situation. Batrider level 2 already. I think we saw some games where Batrider was level 1 minute 4. This is already a really good start here for El Misho.
That's when they went random right-click fighting on the side of the map. 2 supports against each other for no real apparent reason, except for just, you know, I don't want to back off first.
Style points.
All obnoxious little tornado from the Wild Wing there onto Illich. Is that Tempest? How big is that range?
It's insane.
I remember when Wild Wing Ripper did the tornado.
Yeah.
That was fun. When you had like multiple Wild Wing Rippers and then you just went like 3 tornadoes, chase someone down, kill them.
Yeah, like mid lane. You just bring 3 Wild Wings, just keep them dancing. That was the secondary Harpy. When you couldn't find a Harpy, you just send a Wild Wing to be annoying.
Currently, lanings are going pretty even. Parker, no real trouble there because they had some nice pulls. And also, Illich needs to recover his mana and HP. Does have the Lotus Lumpy takes down analog mid solo. Ooh. Has the bottle as well. So we'll be at least able to get another sip. And takes quite a decent amount of damage.
I mean, 2 solo I mean, not solo kills, but just like kills in the lane that were not related to any rotations. Definitely not ideal. And Lumpy didn't kill himself under tower, which means that now Analog just gets this kill for... I think it would be better for Lumpy to die, not even lying here.
He's going to go for the bounty. And we'll be able to get the bottle refill. And the Water Rune is about to spawn as well. Also looking towards bottom lane where Divine Llama is going in onto Pike. But there's an Earth Spirit nearby of Lumpy. Schofield looking in trouble.
Oh,
There's gonna be the
look at
push, and
that!
Lumpy gets a double.
Holy moly, Earthspirit. I never said you should be dead. I never said it.
Medusa top. They're trying to harass, again, Parker. He does not have the magic wand available, but they won't be able to chase him underneath the tower with the creep so far away. El Misho has the
from KJ.
El Misho has the new Bat Rider bat thingy. The viscous nasal goo sticky napalm thing.
That's a pretty cool icon for the sticky napalm.
It's like Snotter or something. I can't remember what it's called.
Goo.
Yeah, the bat thing. It had a weird name.
Alright, so Beastcoast 4-0. Great start for them. Still kind of weird, you know, Lumpy got all of those kills, but Analog just gets to free farm in the lane for a while, so CS-wise, he definitely recovered.
Yeah, the water runes also got taken down by Analog to make sure no bottle refills were possible. But he is TPing top. Lumpy going in for King Jungles.
Oh, there you go.
Will get the boulder smash and the kill secured. TP was attempted by the Voker, cancelled immediately. And Lumpy making sure the side things work.
I guess Lumpy is just gonna go back mid. I thought that maybe there was a chance he was gonna go for Parker, but he's just gonna secure the rune in the mid lane. There's catapult waves as well. You don't want to be taking unnecessary tower damage.
And wants to get that level 6 ASAP. King Jungles is just... Okay, so KJ TP's mid to farm up a little bit with the Hellbear Smasher. And
I guess
maybe contest for the rune.
In position.
Oh, yeah. They're contesting for the rune, and that means no bottle refill for Lumpy.
Yeah, nicely done. They did that very well in the other Invoker game. Starts blocking Schofield. They have detection, but in the mid lane.
Lumpy rolls himself back. There is also the rune spawning in about 40 seconds. The experience runes, the very important ones. I see King Jungles. He's sending his Hellbear Smash. Yeah, he's walking towards... No, please don't.
Oh
Schofield's heading that direction as well.
Not again.
Oh, El Misho. They have the Watcher. King Jungles places the Observer. Are they going to be able to get the steal? Schofield is still invis runed up.
They're gonna get it, I think.
Schofield, invis is gone. El Misho,
They have no stuns.
El Misho should be there sooner. Schofield, yeah, he has no way to make this happen. El Misho should be able to secure it. Though, the Mobbwing Ripper denies the Wisdom Rune.
Oh, King Jungles.
The Hurricane Pikes pushes it back. And KJ gets the deny of the Wisdom. Like, bro. Bro.
Beastcoast did steal the other one, though. Moose picked it up, so...
Okay.
It is a win. I mean, it is the first rune win for Beastcoast, and even still, it doesn't feel that good.
Yeah, I mean it's still pretty good.
Yeah,
but it feels weird.
Yeah. 6-0 for Beastcoast though.
And Illich going up for the Ags next. There are some nice ancient sacks that they want to grab, but the rotation from behind moves is there. Pike as well. Pike has the call down available.
Or heroes.
No Stone Gaze available for the Dusa. Hasn't dropped his big ulti just yet. Now the call down is going to come flying in. KJ, can they keep himself healed up enough? That's a lot of damage from Pike coming through. Schofield on side. Pike gets 2 kills. Parker makes it a 3rd, and they're going to go for Devi Lama, who wants to get El Misho to at least get something out of it. But the Dawn should not be able to get anything. Is going to get controlled up. Ooh, jumps over the ice shards, but that is double kill for Illich, double kill for Pike, and a gigantic teamfight victory for Beastcoast.
Wow. I mean, just ruthless rotations. That's what Pike does. And, you know, that's the thing. In terms of predictability, it's so much easier to know what Heroic's gonna do, right? You don't expect Parker to make a lot of these early rotations, at least not compared to what Pike is willing to do. They did had the Solar Guardian, but as we could see, you don't even want to use it on the Dusa, so Parker dies there. Imagine if like there was any other hero they will get full heal from Solar Guardian. Parker maybe survives and even gets some kills. They use it on the Ench, but yeah, some holes here that Heroic's gonna have to fix.
Oh, Lumpy. Make sure that he at least casts the bounty. But in that fight as well, one of the... Oh, El Misho might be in trouble here, but he's making sure Illich doesn't get ganked while he's cleaning up the ancient stack.
Yeah.
So
And
he did his job. But
Mhm.
yeah, about that fight previously, one thing that was the most interesting for me was the fact that Pyke also kept onto the cooldown until Dawn's ulti was used. He knew it was coming, and if he used it previously, it would just be healed up again. So he just waited, and then the moment Davai showed his ulti, he just dropped the cooldown. So much damage was dealt, and they just got shredded.
They were very patient, right? The other gank as well, when they kill the Ench, but not the Dusa. As soon as they see a TP, they get out. When they went in, they are not afraid to reset the fight as the Amplify gets picked up.
No
Good
ball.
dodge on the EM. Oh, God.
Please don't stop. Davai, I swear to God.
It's playing for a toaster, man.
Quickly,
Give this
get
guy
some
a better
charcoal.
computer.
Things running on wood. Uh,
I mean, solar power, but it's night in Brazil already. They don't have the wattage anymore.
the squirrels have to run faster.
Oh, God.
Oh, Illich is also
We don't
gone.
have squirrels in Brazil, man. There's like 3 that they're using. They're all imported squirrels.
But you don't have any Amazonian squirrels?
We don't. We have like some weird copycat of raccoons. We call them saguis. We have. They're actually not called saguis. Don't quote me on that. But we have like this weird raccoon thing. We don't have like. We might have a squirrel here and there, but they're definitely not popular. Like, they're not a common Pokemon.
Southern Amazon red squirrel is a squirrel
What?
species from South America which inhabits forests in much of northwestern South America east of the Andes.
I'm sure that has been thoroughly destroyed and burned through all of the destruction in the Amazon. I don't think that exists anymore. That's a shiny squirrel.
That's a Pokemon. Lumpy trying to get away. Moo's not going to be so lucky. Or is he? Actually. Ooh, Drinking Bodies almost gets him out of there. El Misho goes back in. Doesn't have his level 6
Oh,
yet.
Lumpy, amplify damage.
Schofield on the back end as well. It keeps on ticking away. Schofield is going to die to Lumpy.
All right. Very nicely done.
Illich, he's 2 pieces in towards his axe already. Lumpy's mana gets drained. He's a sad little Lumpy now, and Davai is gone again.
Yep. We're out of red Amazonian squirrels, unfortunately. So they're gonna need a new creature to run the mill or whatever that we was called.
I mean, you can do it. I believe in you. Some extra
Maybe
exercise for Bowie.
they can get their manager to run. I know Iguashi would love to run a couple of miles at 11 in the night.
Don't worry, it's 3 a.m. for me, so you're still
God.
good.
Yeah, just complaining here with a mouth full of. I mean, this series has been really entertaining. I gotta say,
It has been a really good series.
initially before we saw any games, I really thought it was gonna be a walk in the park for Heroic, but kind of hard to say if it is Heroic maybe slightly underperforming or Beastcoast just showing up really hard. But I mean, it has been the best series so far because we had a lot of stomps. Not gonna lie, there were a lot of games where we have a 2-hour, 20-minute window now because both games were 25 minutes. This time around, we really have 2 powerhouses, and it's kind of a shame we only get to see only one of these teams going through.
Yeah, that's a little bit of the disappointing end. I mean, SA just has so many teams, so many good players. in the region. Only so many slots.
Yeah. Not a lot of PCs that work well, apparently.
Yeah,
but
no, but that's a different story.
we are
I
back,
don't know.
apparently.
I don't know what the Vailama is playing on, but
Just playing Team Deck. I don't know.
But we are back. Parker is top net worth. However, the Devi and Analog are falling behind a little bit in terms of net worth. Which is going to be scary because you can't do everything on your lonesome. El Misho still needs his level 6. They find the kill onto Devi Lama bottom lane. Pike is, he's level 9. He's really loving life at the moment. On the gyrocopter is getting... Oh, he went Dragonlance. I was thinking, does he already have his Ags? No, because he queued up Ags previously, but went for Dragonlance instead, going Dragon Manta. So, an interesting Pike build, as Pike does. He always does interesting builds. El Misho caught. Will be a quick kill.
Really interesting build. What are you even dispelling?
I guess the Invoker, Cold Snap, you've got the Muerta calling, get out of the Medusa route maybe.
Davai.
And though Moose is actually the one in a bit more trouble, Bike drops his call down. A lot of damage being dealt here. Magnetize is doing tons of work. Lumpy is just going to continue on, roll towards Devi.
Oh, Davai gets found.
Let's go. Devi, can they kill him off, though? There is still no lasso on the bat. El Misho really struggling with the fact that he's still not level 6.
True. If they got both wisdom runes, he would probably have it. But yeah, regardless, still an overall good fight for Beastcoast. They're forcing everyone from heroic to be middle, while this Bristleback will finish 13-minute Ags, more likely.
That's decent enough timing. Not really being harassed as much. Lumpy's got the Blade Mill now done as well. He's going BKB Shivas. Yeah, that's the item build you were hampering on. That was kind of the expected choice. I would never have guessed Dragonlance Manta style gyro though. Like I would have never come up with that one.
Is he going Diffusal afterwards? Like that's very odd.
That would be cool.
Yeah, just a lot of mana drainage on that Dusa. Speaking of Manta, Dusa did finish her Manta, so Parker having a really good game.
I'm actually curious. Gyrocopter. Let's see your builds. Yeah, well, obviously Dragonlance because they build Hurricane Pike. I don't see any Mantas though. They're all SNY.
Yeah, probably against Dusa. Like if you have to search for Dusa, and then you have to see the games where there's a Dusa on the enemy team. Yeah, like
that's too much
Butterfly has a Manta Disperser MKB Butterfly build against the Dusa.
Okay. I am curious to see how far. Yeah, he's going for the Diffusal Blade next on Pike, so.
Yep. Okay. I mean, very interesting. As Pike is, like, he doesn't really cease to amaze us. Not at all a formulaic player. Always unpredictable. Very often, good type of unpredictability. So now they're going to rotate and see if they can find Parker with his pants down. But I guess Dusa doesn't really wear pants. And they do have a ward, so they already know about this rotation. Or they should.
Well, Pike looking for a possible... Yeah, they're going to go for the tier 1 tower top, though. Dusa TP's out just in time before there would be a catch from the Tuskaroo. And they'll be able to at least get a piece of the objectives gone. While Parker cleans up the Ancients. I mean, yeah. They don't have tag team. They have drinking buddies, unfortunately. But they should still be able to take Roche.
I mean, level 3 Goo with the Aghanim Scepter might be enough.
Yeah, Pike's just going to go back. continue farming.
Alacrity here.
Towards mid. Moose at least gets the ward countered. Mana drain comes out. Dodges the EMP. But will lose his courier in the process. While bottom lane, Park is just ready to push it even further. But Pyke, yeah. Pyke just wants his items.
So Dawnbreaker going for the classic Sanjin Yasha. Huh.
Okay.
Yeah. Some extra healing.
That's always, I guess, pretty nice. Let's see. King Jungle's going for a quick shard to get the Sproink. I think they're gonna need some extra damage from their two supports this game on Schofield and King Jungles. Because I feel like they might kite Parker a lot this game, which could be a problem.
Yeah, it's definitely a problem. You have shards, you have might have an eggs on the tusk later on. Lasso. This jar is going to be moving at 500 move speed as they will find Schofield. The silence of the mark.
Schofield doesn't have his Rod of Aethers just yet. Ice Shard's block comes out. Roll's not going to connect.
A lot of
they're
misspells here.
But El Misho has the blink and will at least make sure there's no disengage possible. Top side. Illich wants to defend it against KJ being a sneaky little split pusher.
Yeah, they're trying really hard to take these towers. Every tower is up. And this definitely prevents Parker from getting more farm. He draws a line here in the bottom side, and there's not going to be any defenses.
El Misho has a blink dagger, so they really want to make sure that they can get the blink lasso play as soon as possible. Off and smoke up on the side of Heroic.
They
Smoke
definitely
gets
know about
broken.
this.
And Schofield, unfortunately, Batright doesn't get vision with Sticky Napalm anymore, but he is going to get the lasso onto Analog. Heal comes out from Divide, going in for Illich. The Bristleback needs help right now. Sunstrike is about to connect, is going to get taken down. Divide Llama in response.
Lumpy's blade mail.
Drop dead as well. Lumpy, a lot of damage gets reflected. Snowball save attempt is not going to work out. And Parker's actually looking for more. They find 3 for 1.
Oh, that's so unfortunate. There was no TP on the gyrocopter. They felt like they... I thought they knew about the smoke of Heroic, but they just underestimated the numbers. Parker finally showing up for a fight, and they will be able to get another tower for Heroic. Finally showing signs of life here.
Yeah, Parker is very farmed. He's just got his Butterfly delivered, so Manta Butterfly done. And that Dusa is 2.5k ahead of Pyke, which is a little bit worrisome.
Yeah, that's the problem with this build, right?
This build. Yeah,
you don't farm that fast. Your Diffusal Blade is gonna be countered by the Butterfly that's already up, by the way. 17-minute Butterfly on Parker, so... a lot of your damage has to come from the Bristle.
Yeah, and once the Bristle the BKB is going to be very impactful this game, without a doubt, because he got EMP'd in that fight, and then you've got nothing left. It's over.
Definitely. Will still take a while for him to finish that one out. Roche will be on the Radiant side. I'm surprised that Beastcoast didn't go for that Roche when they took that tower. So, will they force it now that it's on their side of the map?
Might be a choice, but you definitely need to get a good fight first, because they can just harass pretty nicely. You always have the Dawn to deal with.
Yeah, we need to get
Parker
this 2-1.
has the Stone Gaze available. Takes a lot of stacks going in right now. El Misho has the lasso. Is going to drag back the Dusa.
Illusion!
Okay, El Misho definitely deserves the tip right there. There's going to be a chase in. Schofield pops his ulti, trying to run away, but Pyke still has a lot of magic damage coming out with the Rocket Barrage. Schofield is actually going to try and stay alive for a little bit longer, but Pyke is in a really rough spot here. Going back in, Lumpy pops the BKB, trying to disengage. Illich is still alive and kicking as well, but they lost their 2 supports. If they get that lasso on like actually Dusa, they kill him easily.
Yeah, it was very low on mana. That would have been a fair amount of damage. I mean, it felt like Parker tipped the bet trader before the lasso even connected. It's crazy how these pro players are fast at tipping, man. It's like, it's second nature for them even.
That's the main focus in that fight right there.
Yeah, it's like, I don't
need
care
to
if I
stay
die,
alive.
I just need this tip to mess with his head.
Oh, that one. Oh, it wasn't the worst fight, but 2 supports for 1, but it could have been so much better for Beastcoast.
Yeah, it really could have been. It's not like, it's bad by any means, and I feel like they might be going Roche here now. Tier 1 still up in the bottom side, but a lot of spells have been used. Oh, well, never mind.
Village closing in on towards that BKB. That's going to be pretty much the big moment for them, because Pyke will have the Diffusal Blade as the same time as Illich has his BKB. Maybe even a little bit soon. They're looking for Roche. And yeah, they're going to head in towards the pit now that the Diffusal Blade from Pyke is done. Not that it does anything for Roche, but...
Yeah, there is a Diffusal Blade on the Dusa, by the way. So going for the Disperser. Very good against the silence and slows.
Also, Diffusal Blade with the EMP really good to make sure that you don't have any problems of the Bristleback this game.
Yeah, his mana is very limited resource. But they're going to have 2 lives. Do you think the Gyro gets his Aegis, or they're going to give it to Illich?
I would definitely give it to Illich.
Yeah. Easy to answer once he already had it, but good job.
Yeah, I mean, I'm amazing in that. No, the Gyrocopter, maybe if you went for like the Aghanim Scepter, if I just stay alive build, I win.
Mm-hmm.
But because if you went for this strange build, if he dies the once, he dies the second.
Very strange build indeed. Still 4-0 and 5, so it's not like Pyke's having a bad game, and he is farmed, but not Parker farmed, which could become a problem.
There's Sparkle with the amplified damage. Pyke is going to go for the TP attempt. Analog interrupts the TP, and Pyke is dead. That's his first death of the game. Also, Tormentor is going to be a pretty good target to try and secure. Snowball save attempt will fail there from Moose. And they get a double, plus the Tormentor will be a nice extra added gift for Heroic.
Well, this is really sad. They get the Aegis, but now they're going to lose the Tormentor. They're going to have to deal with the waves. Not at all what Beastcoast wanted to be doing here.
Free shard for Dusa. Ooh. Ow?
Yeah, they already have it on the Ench as well as the Muerta.
Oh my god, and Analog didn't get it, so it's a free shard for Dusa.
I'm very surprised the Muerta bought this shard, right? Is it worth it to buy this?
No, Muerta got it from their own Tormentor.
Oh, yeah. Never mind. They already got it as well.
And Illich chasing in, seeing if he can get any catches, but they're going to be running further back on the side of Heroic. 8k net worth lead. I mean, 2.8k of that 8k is, of course, the 2 shards. Illich spotting out the Dusa there. And Illich, he does have that
mana
Aegis,
though.
so he's gonna lose his first life because of King Jungles. The lasso drag onto Medusa, hold him in place. Can they kill him off through the HP? Yes, they will take him down. There's gonna be Davai Lama. He's now stuck in the wrong side. Needs to try and get out, but slowed down, finished off. Looking for King Jungles, will be rolled on by Lumpy. And Schofield needs to make sure he doesn't join the fray. King Jungles is a 3rd one down. If they lasso the Dusa, they can kill the Dusa.
Yeah, and again, we have the Solar Guardian. No synergy with the Dusa whatsoever. He was probably dead anyways, but it definitely kind of hurts that the Dusa doesn't get that extra time. Maybe, 3, 4, 5 extra attacks could have been a different result to kill a couple of heroes. Gold lead slowly bleeding out here from Heroic.
And that with advantage, I just said 8k, now it's down to 3. And it's all on Parker as well. Like, Parker is huge. The rest are pretty far behind. So if
And
you
that's
kill
the difference
Parker,
between
the fight falls.
Beastcoast and Heroic, right? In every game Heroic won, Beastcoast won, they had a tricore. You had the Razor with the Bristle this game. You have the Gyro with the Bristle, and even this Earth Spirit that is very farmed. And it's very, I mean, it's a lot of pressure to be this, you know, 4 protect 1 type style, even if you're Parker. So we'll see if they're going to be able to take this one. Heroic.
Okay, top side, Schofield pops his ulti, stays alive for a bit longer, moves on the other side to block the exit. Devi will get the TP out of there. Schofield actually just straight up TPs. They will not be able to interrupt it, so they don't manage to get a kill in the top area.
Still a tower though.
And Illich has the Sanj about to be done. Dawn ulti comes in, Snowball dodge the stun, goes in onto Analog, goes pretty deep here. Lumpy with the magnetize onto 3, a lot of damage. Analog is actually ticking
Parker's
down.
out here.
Gonna get taken out. And indeed, without Parker, there's just no damage, no way to really fight. King Jungle is
has
gonna
no
be charged
TP.
that.
I don't know why Heroic decided to take that fight. Parker literally doesn't have a TP. It's flying to him, it's on cooldown anyways.
Okay. That's very painful.
That's miscommunication. There's no way around that. Like, they're not gonna go high ground. They don't have ages. You just let the tier 2 go at that point, right?
Yeah. And Parker's even being chased by Illich going further forward. Though Illich needs to be careful, actually, because Parker does a lot of damage. Can't chase him fast with the Disperser. But Illich gets back to his allies and will be able to walk away.
Okay. Double Force Death. Pyke actually has one. Oh, Sunstrike. Doesn't fight Illich.
And they keep them alive on the side of Beastcoast. Next Roach is going to be an important one to get more because this Deuce, it's not like you're going to stop Parker really from farming at this stage. He is already really far ahead. He's going for the Scotty next. I would assume a Silver Edge might be on the menu coming up soon thereafter.
I mean, this Dusa is going to become a problem. If somehow Heroic manages to go past level 25 on Dusa, that's when things get really hard. Because you're going to have AoE Venomous Volley, AoE Scotty, with this Alacrity. Things definitely take a turn to the... You're just going to need to kite the Dusa, which they're doing a good job of. But if by any chance Heroic gets an Aegis and they're able to just hit your towers, the fight might be too hard for Beastcoast.
Well, Misho is closing in on his own BKB. And Tusk is actually going for Boots of Bearing, which is interesting because he also already has the Arcane Boots. Double boots.
Better to kite the...
Analog breaks the smoke. And there is going to be Analog spotted. Lasso drag. Take him for a spin. Dawn ulti comes out. Do they have the damage to scale him? He's going to get the Hurricane Pike force back. Illich is actually going to pop the BKB. Schofield forced to pop his ulti, otherwise he's going to get taken down. Chasing after El Misho, he's going to lose his life to Vailama. So much damage actually comes out from Pyke in the meantime. Devailama is ticking away. They find
Parker.
Parker's just being ignored. Lumpy is keeping him occupied right now. His mana is slowly being drained on the Medusa. And they will go in. No mana left. Medusa is gone. Doesn't kill off Moo. Devi did buy back for this, and they will at least find the Bristle back, but yeah, Parker was left alone at one point, and his teammates were just being chased and pushed back by the Bristle.
That fight was really close. Parker was like 3 or 4 hits from killing everyone, but you know, that's the problem. There's too much kiting, snowballs, force steps, diffusal blades, and all he can kind of wish for is to stand his ground and attack, and without Scotty, it's much harder to keep those heroes in place.
Yeah, there's a lot of just pushback coming in every single time. And yeah, as you mentioned, how do you hold them right next to Parker? Like, they roll away, they snowball away. Gyrocopter has the Manta as well. Hurricane Pike, he can easily get out of dodge. But as I say that, he might be in a little bit of trouble here top, because there is an Invis Analog heading his direction. Random tornado, is it going to be able to find him? No. Gets the TP out before he gets caught.
Yeah, had a center there. Very lucky. Roche, 14 seconds on the Radiant side. So this is the best present Beastcoast could have wished for. This present could probably have Bangkok written on it. So we'll see if they're going to scout it out. Literally up. Heroic. You might need to fight this. Are they comfortable? Okay, Scotty is ready. No, it's not ready. I don't think they can fight. I think you actually give this up.
It's a painful thing to give up, though. Second life on the Bristleback is going to be rough. Illich has the AC now done as well. It's going Bloodstone afterwards, interestingly enough. They're not going for the Roche pit here
the
on
Gyro
Beastcoast.
Had no TP, so he had to walk from the left side. This is actually buying time for Heroic to be ready. Unfortunate here, the Pyke just didn't have... It was on cooldown, still is on cooldown.
He is getting BKB delivered, though.
Oh, big. And Batrider also has one with a 4-staff. That's huge for El Micho. He has it on the backpack, though. El Micho? Oh, his backpack. His BKB still in the backpack. Oh, El Micho.
Back in.
Okay.
Enchantress spotted out. Lassoing Deuce is not the best. Analog would be a huge kill if they can secure it. Roll in from Lumpy. Looking for more targets. The Alacrity buff needs to be careful right there. The lasso does get used. They drag back the Enchantress. Take him down. Doesn't have a buyback.
Ignoring the Dusa. This Dusa is completely ignored.
Schofield forced to pop his ulti. Manta style. Pyke gets back. And Schofield's ulti is about to end, so Illich is looking to just clean him up at the moment. Roll in from Lumpy. Boulder Smash comes forward. Call down as well. Look at these slows. They're just walking past Parker completely, ignoring him. Amisho goes in. Don ulti from Divide, but Analog, he's going to get taken down. Divide Llama doesn't have buyback. He popped back previously. Parker's just getting kited. Moose might get taken down. It's still not dead.
Oh my god. Sunstrike not connecting.
It's such a painful fight here. Buyback forced out by Analog. They do need to get a little bit of a regen going on the side of Beastcoast, which might be a chance for a Heroic to try and go for Roche.
Yeah, it's an expensive Aegis, but they're gonna take this. This is all they could have wished for. Yeah, that's the thing. Parker is being ignored, but he is a huge threat. So, even though... Okay, they are TPing a couple heroes. Is it
fast enough? There? The Roche is dropping in towards the pit. They will scout it out. Roche gonna get taken down. There is a second life on the Deuce side. They just need to kind of kick him out of there to ignore him, because they go for the rest. They don't have buybacks available on Devi or Analog. Analog is dead. Devi is gonna be the next target. Lumpy might lose his life.
Parker's low.
Have a buyback available either. Parker's mana is gonna be gone. Lasso drag takes him for a spin. Almisho, they're gonna just ignore Parker, even though he doesn't have any mana, because that Aegis is a nuisance. Illich gonna get taken down. KJ doing huge amounts of work, and they do pop the Aegis, but they do manage to get 3 kills in response. So the fight is actually pretty decent for Heroic here, even though it's a double death without a buyback.
That's a big win. I'm surprised Beastcoast tried to take that fight. Like, yeah, you still have BKB on your Earth Spirit, but Parker is gigantic. If you're just jumping the pit, even with the BKB, your Spirit almost got solo killed by Parker's right clicks. At least you denied the Aegis, but you know it came at a pretty hefty cost. As Elmishu is setting up for Parker here. Can they get this kill? I don't think so.
I mean, no. If he had Lasso, he might have been able to cliff him, because yeah, no, Enchantress has the Hurricane Pike. Yeah, the supports are starting to hurt right now. You've got the Enchantress with the Sprink and the Hurricane Pike. Schofield, I mean, it's a Muerta, so he always does solid damage. Just even going for the Silver Edge next for that break.
Interesting. Okay, yeah, that's nice. There's no slot for Parker to get that one. He needs the Daedalus. We'll probably get the Swift Link afterwards. MKB, though, about to be finished on Pyke. That's when Parker's going to have to be much more careful, because though the mana drain is going to be way more effective.
They'll at least finally get their own Tormentor in in the meantime. Misha gets a free shard. Yay! I can right-click someone during my lasso.
Not ideal. He's
He
pretty
is
farm
going for
though. He's
Axe.
gonna surpass Analog's Invoker. Analog, unfortunately, it feels like this series he kind of was forced to become this Alacrity bot. Like he's really not giving any space. He's just taking it for the team, allowing the Dawnbreaker to get more farm, which is good, right? He has Sanjin Yasha Satanic, so the Vilama is now very sustainable in these fights.
And they need someone more than just the Dusa to be able to do that.
Yeah. There's no Scotty, and I don't think Gyrocopter can actually even afford that slot, so the only healing reduction comes from the Shivas of Lumpy.
Though Gyro almost does have his MKB done, and that will be a very good tool to make sure that everything hits on towards the Dusa, who is closing in on 25.
Ooh, yeah, that's the scary part, man. That 25 with the Venomous Volley Facet and Scotty, it's so dirty.
It's getting pretty dangerous. Lumpy being chased here by King Jungles.
But you know, one lasso. One good lasso could change the entire game. No Lincolns at all on the side of Heroic.
Analog, he got spotted with the Observer Ward there, but he goes invis. Dust is not going to connect.
Lumpy.
He actually goes to the side. And Lumpy has a BKB at the ready, will not even want to use it, gets dragged back thanks to the Tusk.
So Crimson Guard on Illich, we didn't talk about that, but they need some sort of damage mitigation against the Dusa. That's the best item for sure. So very nice that he is not going like for this. I don't think Blossom would even be good this game. I really like that he's just adapting to allow the supports to stay longer for these fights, because they need to kite the Dusa. If they're able to do that, they're able to out-sustain Heroic.
Yeah, this Dusa is just a pest. But they're doing a very good job, at least in the fights, to try and keep him occupied. Earthspirit's going to go for the Refresher. Illich is going Heaven's Halberd next, so he'll have the Disarm against the Dusa when BKB is not up.
Oh, that's huge. That is actually huge. No Lincolns, no status resistance. Even if Dusa gets a Lincolns at some point, you can break it with that Halberd. Very nice. But Dusa even has an Ancient Guardian, so Parker's damage through the roof, and 25 pretty much will... Oh. Parker? He might be
Lich
going
nearby.
for you,
The Bat
buddy.
Rider wants to get a catch.
Oh,
And
not again!
my dude has a potato PC.
He does. Come on, Heroic. We need a better PC for this guy.
Yeah, come on. He's currently on boot camp with you guys. Find a different rig. Has to be something else lying in the corner somewhere.
Just get him an iPhone.
What is like? He should be sitting like next to them. That's just the weird part. Like the
Yeah,
rest of them, no problems. He's the only one.
I mean, that happens though, right? Like sometimes, like technology is so weird. It just refuses to work.
Has he tried turning it off and on again, though?
I think
That's the
that's what he
question.
did. It was pretty fast this time though. The other times around it, they were definitely struggling. All right, so they're ready.
Good half. Okay, 4-staff back. Hey, Lich. Doesn't want to pop his BKB. Might be forced to. He doesn't
No
actually have
mana
mana to
now.
pop his BKB. And Lich is dead. 90
No
seconds.
buy.
No buy.
And that's 25 on Dusa now.
Oh.
Yeah,
That might just be game.
it
Like,
is. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
or unless, he doesn't come back anymore. That's also a possibility. I don't know. Weird stuff can happen.
Oh well.
It's still
So
not
all
like
the waves are
you're
pushed.
you're still not in a safe spot regardless, because the blink lasso is with the BKB can still put you in a very rough spot. Gyro does a lot of damage.
Yeah, no Lincolns, no Lotus, nothing to stop those. There's a Force, and there is no drums for Tusk. It is on cooldown. No gold for the bearing. So definitely hard moment here for Beastcoast.
Yeah, it's a kind of a do or die moment. These bosses are not great at this exact situation. I mean,
Yeah,
even
that
previously where the Illich was just walking in, might have lost focus there.
yeah, it's really bad. Like it just messes with your whole understanding of what's going on. Maybe you just go like to the bathroom, you come back, you forget you don't have buyback.
That's a
Which
pretty important thing to not forget as well.
and Bristol doesn't have his. So I I honestly feel like the play is giving up Lano Barracks here for Beast Coast because they're gonna go bottom. There's no tier 2 there. I mean, I guess they
That's
could go mid, but if they go bottom, they definitely get a barracks. And if my force a buyback, they don't know that Bristol doesn't have it. If they go mid,
Yeah, they can't.
you
Lumpy is going to cut the creep wave.
true. Yeah, yeah, they gotta go bottom then.
Admin time. Ooh, that's also a thing.
True. Yeah, we don't really have a timer here, but I'm sure we had a fair amount of pulse time.
They also did lose Schofield, which is interestingly enough. Okay, translate for me.
So King Jungle said, at El Micho, Analog's your friend, you gotta wait for him. And then he said, I'm not gonna wait the whole day. You Vieja, I think is just a soft slander. And then Analog said that El Picho wouldn't unpause, so I think that's just a little bit of a like a nickname for El Micho. I don't know. Yeah, Analog played with El Micho, so I feel like Analog is just saying that he should respect the pause because they are friends.
We're friends. Don't be a dick, please. But it's a slot for
Oh,
ESL Thailand.
Elish said, "Yeah, but yes, we used to play together, but now you eating caviar, and El Misha still keeps eating eggs."
Yeah, one eats fish eggs, the other one just from regular chickens.
Yeah, definitely
Monster.
one's pricier than the other. As they seem to be back.
Hopefully, that is also going to be the case. And okay. I mean, not that Illich has anything to do for the next 75 seconds.
All right, so they cut the wave. There's creeps bottom, but are they willing to poke high ground? They are.
Yeah, they're going to go for the high ground push. That should, yeah, probably be a set of racks.
Yeah, I think you have to give it up.
Can't really do too much. Rod was used. Lasso drag on the Enchantress.
Okay.
They Don ulti going pretty deep. They actually are going to go in onto Divine Llama, who does stay alive thanks to his shard for a little bit longer. There's Parker with some damage as well. Keeping it delayed for quite some time.
Glyph being held. Are they willing to use it?
Yeah, they use it the first time. Obviously, once the melee racks drops, it will be resetting anyway.
Shard blocking Parker. Alright, he will be able to disengage. So they get one kill. They still lose barracks. I think that's what Heroic wanted.
Yeah, it's a trade that's definitely worthwhile. They all TP back. It's something that Divide didn't get killed off right there. Was a little bit dangerous
Really
of his.
tanky build, right? He has 4,000 HP with Rattle Cage. There's so much armor he's working with.
Yeah, and also the Satanic. So you pop Satanic Starbreaker, boom,
Yeah.
full HP.
Very nice. So Roche, again, on the Radiant side. Even if it's the longest spawn timer.
Lumpy's level 25. He's got the Undispellable Magnetize.
Ooh.
That's
And
actually
he will have
pretty
a
important.
refresher in no time.
That's pretty neat. And Roche is going to be a very important factor. The next one is Roche number 3. So that is, if it's Radiant side, which it's pretty much going to be, Refresher Shard. Cheese, or do so with the cheese.
That's if Heroic picks it up. For Beastcoast, they would probably prefer to have an Eggs Roche, because Moose would have loved to have his little kick, just to separate Parker.
Or, you
and there you
know,
go.
Bike having an Ags is also pretty good.
Yeah, I heard that item's good on Gyro, yes.
Oh,
He's
Illich
going Rapier as...
Divide going in, but Illich is actually in a bit of trouble now. Needs to be careful not to be, you know, getting another death that costs him his team another set of racks. Or Roche, for that matter.
2 tier 2s falling. Roche, a minute and 30 seconds, so Heroic will be able to be in position. In fact, they're already cutting their way through the big jungle. Refresher up on Earthspirit. This is huge. He has no buy. If he gets 100 to 0, this could spell doom for Beastcoast, but if he gets those, I mean, 22 stones with 2 undispellable magnetizers, I don't even know how much damage that is, but hurts a lot.
Sunstrike to scout out the pit. Illich has the BKB only in 50 seconds, so it's a little bit dangerous for him. All these couriers flying. Thing spotted. El Misho looking for a target, but he doesn't find anyone. Quickly needs to get out. Pops the BKB. Devilama is chasing. Devi is actually going to get lassoed on the side, and yeah, there's going to be the first attempt. Devi healing back to full HP. He goes.
Second OT on Lumpy.
Devi's gone. Lumpy's just trying to keep them occupied. Devilama is still alive and kicking, and he has his ulti available right now. Could even
Parker
TP
has
back
no
to
mana. Pike has no mana, sorry.
I was already confused. I saw half mana on Parker. Snowball comes in. Dawn ulti comes
Pike.
out. And Pike, he's in trouble. BKB is available. Doesn't pop. It has a buyback. But they will be able to get themselves that next Roche. At least they find an Enchantress. But Moose is going to be definitely a goner next. That fight was very strange. But this Dawn build with the Satanic, he just refuses to die.
Who's the TP mid? What? Roche is literally up.
Yes.
Didn't they? I guess it spawned just as they scouted. Illich has
Illich.
no. He has BKB actually.
But he doesn't have a TP.
Oh, true.
And Lumpy.
But this is buying time for all of the respawn times. Okay, maybe the play for Heroic is actually getting Roche on the Dire side. They're afraid of the buybacks. They're afraid of all the pressure.
Yeah, but that's still very risky, though.
Yeah, I mean, they could have got Roche. They definitely could have got, or at least forced buybacks. Lumpy.
Okay. Lumpy drag back, pops the BKB, has refresher in 40 seconds.
There's an amplify damage rune bottom. I think no one might actually scouted it. Maybe Analog will. Yeah, he will.
And that's a nice one to grab. Bristol's cutting the creep wave in the meantime. Illich does have a TP. TP's back to base. Is close towards the Heaven's Halberd. Roche is up in... it is going to swap in 30 seconds.
Parker had Boots of Travel level 2. Could have actually TP to Analog to get the Amplify, but he doesn't get it. They're going to give it to Analog instead.
And they're gonna head to Roche to get that
Yeah,
Aegis.
they're waiting. So it's gonna be an Ags. If Beastcoast can steal it, the Tusk would be happy, the Jar would be happy. Heroic probably gives it to Dusa, right? Just because it's
Yeah, with
a
the
Parker
shard
team.
as well.
Yeah.
Even though it's also really good on like Dawn or Foker. Cataclysm.
Yep.
But it's
sure.
probably the Muerta Ags I still don't know. I still don't understand what the point of it
I hope
even
they
is.
don't pick it up because I think you can just outright lose the game because you don't understand what it does. It's really weird. Roche very
Divide
low.
in the
Lumpy
front.
goes
They're gonna
in.
go for the back line. And
Roche 20% HP.
Bat
This is so
Rider needs
tense.
to find a target.
Illich.
Illich is taking a lot of damage. Needs to be a little bit careful. The Vailama, same story. Cooldown comes in. A lot of damage on the back line with the magic. Illich is still staying alive. Divide with the ulti pike. Can he get himself back? Yes, he can. And actually, Parker needs to be careful. His mana is gone.
Magnetize. Oh,
the Magnetize comes
Parker's
out.
dead?
Parker's dead.
That Magnetize is so much damage.
He does have a
That
buyback available
refresher.
if they want to go back in. They break the bristleback. He's trying to
gonna
fall
go for
back.
it.
Parker's going to buy back to rejoin the fray. Analog about to get taken down. Can he stay alive? He's going to lose his life. And it will be buybacks
buys.
from the Radiant side as well. They are going to disengage here. And Pike needs to be very careful. He was lurking about a little bit too much. Has the TP at the ready. Joking his way through everything. And is going to get the TP back to base. But that means they will be able to get that second Roche.
Pike
third
cannot
Roche.
stand his ground in those fights. Like he just cannot stand his ground to the Dusa. It's just Parker's way too farmed.
Roche is
Another
so
buy.
close to dropping.
Oh my lord, Heroic. They are so scared here. They're holding on to the analog buyback. He will go for it. It's gonna be another 5 versus 5. Pretty much every buyback being used.
This
still five,
is a
but-
do or die fight.
There's
Right
still
now.
5
Roche,
buybacks available here. Most of them on Beastcoast.
they need to be careful they don't steal it. Where's Parker going?
I think he wants to use Boost of Travel level 2. He's gonna be showing mid, push the wave, and he doesn't want to be the first point of contact. But the problem is, Roche is so low that Beastcoast, they're gonna york it.
Yeah, they don't hear the roar in response. Roche
that's
is
just-
dead. Free Ags, Aegis. Lasso drag
Ags on
onto
the Ear
Analog.
Spirit.
Analog, he's in trouble. Analog, he's gonna die. No buyback available. And the
Oh,
chase is
no.
gonna be deeper from Lumpy. They find Schofield
Parker
as
is
a
getting
secondary.
barracks.
Parker is pushing high ground, but it doesn't really matter if his entire team is dead. The Vailama, he also doesn't. He does have a buyback available at the very least. He's trying to go back in onto El Micho, but he will be found. And yeah, Parker, he did, 500 damage, 1,000 damage to the tier 3 tower. Congratulations, your team might have just lost the game.
That was so weird. Cause like if you wanna give away the Roche, you don't buy back the Invoker, right? So that's just sheer miscommunication. Why would you buy back the Invoker if your goal is to give Roche up?
Yeah, now they have free Ags on the Earth Spirit. So he has the turn into stone, kick them away. You can just keep doing that
Refresher?
onto Dusa.
Yeah, he can literally kick Dusa like to deadlock. Like you can just take him out of the game.
And that Dusa, is gonna really need to use that BKB, otherwise it's a big problem. Bat Rider, he's got the bots as well. Has the Aether Lens. Almisho on the side. Good vision. They're gonna break the base.
They're going.
And
They're gonna go deep.
roll in.
Rapier
They
on the
buy back
gyro.
onto the Vailama. Gyrocopter. They need to be a little bit careful though. Enchantress is gonna get stunned up on the side and
No
is
buy.
dead. 100 seconds, no buy. Almisho has the Blink Lasso ready.
Is this over? What the hell? Analog's gonna spawn in 7, but their glyph is on cooldown now.
Okay, Parker canceled his TP. Wanted to TP. He's going to get Lasso dragged right in. Dawn ulti comes up on top. Can they have the damage to kill him off? And Medusa has no mana.
Parker
He
has no
mana
mana.
available. Parker pops the BKB. He's on the run. Parker is going to get taken down. Lumpy and Pike, they're pumping for more damage and turned into a rock. He's going to be able to kick himself away. Buyback comes out from Schofield. White still has that Aegis with the Rapier. He's going to be just fine.
This
And
not
chasing
the
for
heroic we've
Schofield,
seen.
clean it up, and this looks like it's Beastcoast that is going to Thailand.
Yeah, it definitely looks like it. Schofield's dead. No buyback on everyone. GG gets called, and I mean, we definitely got to give Beastcoast their credit. They played really well. Very versatile with their play style. Sometimes all of the eggs are on Lumpy. Sometimes it's on Pike. We saw a lot of Manta Gyrocopter haters in chat, but it did its job. I can't believe Beastcoast won this game. It really felt like past level 25 on the Deuce. Heroic just should have it. But just a lot of miscommunication past minute 40. They felt so lost. That pause, I don't know if it messed with them, but it was just not the Beastcoast we've seen.
Heroic, you mean?
Yeah,
Because
sorry.
Beastcoast, they did a pretty good job, I would say. Beastcoast, I mean, Lumpy ended the game 19-3-22 on the Earth.